is a special night when Chris Letang returns to his hometown. He and the Pens look to sweep the season series from Montreal next. This is a Pittsburgh Penguins hockey night, and tonight from Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, a two-game Canadian trek begins with the final regular season meeting between the Pens and the Montreal Canadiens. And we welcome you aboard for this one tonight, everybody. Excited to be with you here inside Bell Center and back with Colby Armstrong. I'm Josh Getzoff. Haley Hunter is ringside tonight. Well, Army Penguins, a little bit of a knockback a peg here on Tuesday against the Colorado Avalanche, falling to the Avs 6-2 at PPG Paints Arena. But there were some positives within that loss, most notably Michael Bunting just keeps on humming.
Yeah, absolutely. Goals in back-to-back games, a 3-game point streak for Michael Bunting. And what he's done with his game is he's played inspiring hockey. And when he's in your face, when he's in and around the net, when he's on pucks and he's creating, that's where he's at his best. Oh yeah, and that, a little chirp and a little swagger from Bunting. He's an important player on this team because of all those attributes. And when he's doing all that stuff, the production will be there. So Michael Bunting definitely has it going right now for the Penguins in a lot of different ways.
Well, stop us if you've heard this before. Tristan Jarry has a chance to bounce back. Obviously not the game he wanted against Colorado on Tuesday. He goes again here tonight.
Coming off a 4-game winning streak and his starts that he had as well. So there's something there in this process that is getting him back to himself, getting him back to the game that the Penguins want and the game that he wants. You're going to have a letdown. You're going to have a bad game. It was a step back, sure. Okay. How do you react now here tonight against Montreal? How do you react with your play and your performance, period to period, shot to shot, and goaltender speak? And Tristan Jarry will have to do that here tonight. I'm interested to see how he reacts.
Well, you saw the numbers of your body on your screen, 7-1-1 against the Montreal Canadiens. Speaking of the Habs, bottom of the Atlantic, but playing the best hockey they've played all year. They've won 3 of their last 4 and 2 catalysts. One is a rising star in Lane Hudson. The other's an established scorer who's making his mark in Patrik Laine.
Yeah, Lane Hudson, he's so fun to watch. No goals this season. Head coach Marty St. Louis said, I'm not worried, he gets lots of chances. And when you watch him, he electrifies you. Shimmy, shake, shoulders, quick feet, spinning out of areas, hockey IQ, vision, jumping up and getting involved in the play offensively as well. So he's an electric factory out here, just 20 years old, as I mentioned, not the biggest guy, but a guy that can make a lot happen. And you're going to see a lot of him if this player's involved, as he has been for Montreal in just 4 games played this year. Kind of became a cult hero here in Montreal. 3 goals in those 4 games, all 3 on the power play, and you see Lane Hudson passing a lot of those pucks to him, generating those assists. Oh yeah, Lane Hudson also a point streak that set a new defensive point streak record for rookie defensemen. So they got some guys going right now.
Well, you saw Patrik Laine, he has 207 career goals. Cody Glass, well, he got his first as a Penguin on Tuesday. He talks with Haley Hunter about the matchup when we come back.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Penguins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form.
He's downstairs with Haley Hunter.
Josh, thank you. Well, Cody, you found the back of the net on Tuesday. Just 3 games back from injured reserve. What's going to be the key to keeping that offense going here in Canada?
Yeah, just keep pushing the pace, playing fast, keeping it easy. We have a good team over here, very opportunistic, so just play the same way.
This is a fast Montreal team as well, really quick on the transition. So what's going to be key in trying to slow them down, disrupt those entries?
Yeah, just play smart hockey. The blue lines win the blue lines, and just like I said, just keep it easy, play it simple. You don't want to feed them in transition because that's where they're dangerous.
Thanks, Cody. Best of luck.
Awesome, thank you.
All right, Josh.
Well, the Penguins won the first 2 games of this season series, and oh yeah, there was plenty of rough stuff in both buildings. Buckle up. We'll see what happens tonight. The final meeting between these 2 teams this year is next.
Nothing feels as good.
Pittsburgh is brought to you by Highmark, the official health plan of the Penguins. Because life, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. By Toyota Tacoma, the off-road legend to fuel your adventures. Toyota, let's go places. By Cohen Markets, where you save on fuel, food, and more every day. And by Dunkin', Pittsburgh runs on Dunkin'. Back here in Montreal, where Colby Armstrong spent 37 of his NHL games as a Canadian. He's got something better for us now, though. His Rivers Casino tips to win.
That's right. Last game, not too speedy were the Penguins, so that'll be my key off the start. Speed, and it'll tie into all my 2 other keys. You got to have your legs going if you're going to get there, and you want to play physical. The last time these teams met, really physical game. They'll have to do that again. And legs and physicality leads to attack. It's a mentality with and without the puck. They'll have to have that here to bounce back.
Also looking to bounce back in goal tonight for the Penguins will be Tristan Jarry, brought to you by Hyundai. 5-4-1 on the year, allowed 5 goals. That loss to Colorado Tuesday night. Opposite him, Samuel Montembeault. What a career he's carved out for himself here in Montreal. The 27-year-old 9-11-2, making his 5th straight start between the pipes for the Habs here tonight. Well, there's Owen Pickering. Not too shabby, Army. 20 years old. You're at MSG 1 week, and now you're at the Bell Center the next week. Welcome to the NHL.
Yeah, pretty awesome. I talked to him this morning. He had a smile on his face, kind of the same smile he had when he scored his first NHL goal. Just fired up, said, I can't believe I'm playing in the Bell Center.
That raw enthusiasm's awesome. We're looking forward to this one. The Pens and the Canadians, thanks for being with us here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. There's Nick Suzuki, the captain of Montreal, riding a 7-game point streak as he flips it down inside the Penguin zone. It's knocked around by Brian Rust. Sidney Crosby swipes it out the center. Ricard Raquel picks it up there. Floats it back down inside Montreal's end. There's Lane Hudson, as Army mentioned, riding that 7-game point streak, setting rookie records, Army, and he's impressed the whole way through his rookie campaign. He turns it over there.
And no goals And he was asked about it this morning to his head coach. Of course, the media wondering, are you worried about this young man? He said, no, with what he does out here and the way he plays and the things that he can create, I'm not worried at all. Great play there defensively on Malkin.
Knocks Malkin right off the puck as Erik Karlsson in his own end will clear to center. Arbor Jackeye sending it across to Caden Gooley. The young piece of this blue line for Montreal as Malkin steals it away from Gallagher, and it'll be Karlsson back in his own end to pick it up.
Yeah, and Hudson broke a record from 84-85 season of Montreal Canadiens defenseman scoring point streak record by Chris Chelios. Has it held up all these years?
Shot is fought off by Montembeault. Got a broken stick down there. Cody Glass out there as it hops back to Ryan Graves, and across it comes Matt Grzelcyk. His wrist shot is blocked, comes back to him. Up in the air and knocked down by the Habs. Cleared to center by Slafkovsky, and we got a high stick on the puck, and play is stopped. Gives us a chance to look at our men behind the bench here tonight. Mike Sullivan, of course, no stranger to the Pittsburgh bench, the fastest U.S.-born head coach in NHL history to 500 regular season and playoff wins. Opposite him in his 4th year and 3rd full season, the Hockey Hall of Famer as a player, and still relatively new to the coaching world, Marty St. Louis for the Habs.
Well, he put on an absolute clinic at his press opening this morning after pregame skate, just sitting in there, listening to him talk about the game and real thoughtful, in-depth answers to all the questions. He's just a hockey guy.
Owen Pickering controlling off a face-off win from Sidney Crosby. Penguins captain scoreless in his last 7 as the season-long drought for Crosby as he carries back up. Feeds Letang. His turning shot deflects out of play. Look at the Toyota Tacoma lines the top of your screen. Some lineup changes for Mike Sullivan as Kevin Hayes comes out of the lineup. Matt Nieto back in after a scratch for each of the last 3 games.
And Chris Letang, we're getting a shot at him as they draw up Crosby's so good at drawing up plays. And you mentioned no goals last 7 games for Sid, and a 2-goal game last time in this against Montreal. So something about this team, right? And playing in this building come the 4 Nations. Got a big ovation when they announced him in the starting lineup here in Montreal as well.
Pass chopped out the center. Here comes Cole Caulfield. Maybe a step past Grzelcyk. Centers in front. Suzuki scores! Well, the Canadians, we heard them talk about it all morning. They feed off the transition. They feed off the turnovers. And Nick Suzuki puts them up 1-0.
Yeah, and it was a face-off win. They got the puck back. And then this little hesitation and shot read by Caulfield, jumping out on Grzelcyk, and they were off. Well, Letang was going to get a desperation play to get there, but Caulfield over to Suzuki on the backhand, and then the patience from Suzuki to pull it back across the front of Jarry while making contact, buries it. And their captain right now, that's his 11th goal of the season, his 30th point, a 7-game point streak for Nick Suzuki. Now make it 8. Maybe a little upset at the news of late of possible snub off of Team Canada as well. He's had a good year right now, as Nick Suzuki.
Turnover here, Lazat trying to come away with it. He plays it up top to Erik Karlsson. His wrist shot's blocked off. Jake Evans knocks it up the wall. Emil Heineman connects to Yoel Armia. He's headed to the 4 Nations face-off for Team Finland. One of 2 Finns on this Canadiens roster. Obviously Patrick Laine the other. So it'll be the 11th of the year from Nick Suzuki. Cole Caulfield, the lone helper. And the shot from Barron is loose right in front of Jarry. He'll cover up.
And just looking at the numbers here for this Montreal team, it's so interesting in looking at them. And when scoring first, Josh, 10-3-0. When giving up the first goal in the game, 1-11-3.
Well, you can throw that out the door.
So you can imagine with this team, they're a young group, right? Maybe a little fragile. That's what those numbers kind of show me or tell me. And so you can see how important that first goal has been to their year so far this season.
Canadians turn it over as Anthony Beauvillier tries to carry out of his own zone. The Quebec native dishes to center. O'Connor tangled up with Barron, knocks it deeper. Cody Glass after it there. O'Connor digs it free to Beauvillier. This is a new look trio for Mike Sullivan here tonight as Beauvillier gets dumped and the Penguins are going to get a power play. So they create something in an early shift together. Patrick Laine is headed to the box.
It was a hooking call.
Montreal, 92. Minor penalty, hooking.
It looked to me like Beauvillier was trying to give a reverse hit. You can see it there. He was expecting contact from Laine coming down on him. And he went to lean back to kind of take on that contact. Well, there's no one there. Marty St. Louis doesn't like it. Shaking his head. Laine smiling. Got to be kidding me. But a break for the Penguins.
This is what the Canadians do. They average almost 11 penalty minutes a night. It's the third most in the National Hockey League. So there are going to be opportunities for this Penguins power play that by their own admission, Army, was not very good against Colorado on Tuesday.
Yeah, wasn't really struggling with this part of the game right here. The entries, executing, getting in, getting set up, and good job on this one.
UPMC Health Plant power play underway as Letang finds Crosby. Walks the wall, then Bunting. Again Crosby. Here's Grzelcyk. Back to Crosby. His shot saved by Montembeault. He glanced behind him, but he had it pinned in the 6-hole.
Yeah, I thought that was going to squeak out. It looked like Montembeault did too. Penguins with a great entry. Get in the zone, work it around. At number 8 right in front of the net. Trying to take the eyes away, battling and pestering that defenseman in front. That's a great look by Crosby right there. You can see how he put it right between the defender's legs through that traffic, and Montembeault just squeezes his elbow, clamps it down on his hip to keep that one from sliding through.
More possession for the Penguins off another face-off when Crosby steps in, looks, holding. It's Grzelcyk. Back to Crosby. Rakell couldn't get the shot off. Grzelcyk keeps it alive at the line. Chris Letang, power play goal this year as he feeds it to Rickard Rakell. Mike Matheson shoves him. Letang takes it back, banks it back for Grzelcyk. Minute to go on the power play. Letang in front, Rakell scores! Tap in atop the crease for Rickard Rakell, a power play goal for Pittsburgh, and the Penguins have tied it up.
We'll check a box. Power plays back going, it seems. A face-off play that was won and controlled with just elite puck movement and passing to get out of trouble before eventually working it around, switching sides. And what a pass by Chris Letang off the heels of Mike Matheson. And a no-look fashion right to Rakell just off to the backside of that post on a bang-bang play. Just kind of lured him in. I'm looking over here, but the puck's going to Rakell. Right on top of Montembeault, and he bangs it in a power play goal. What passing off the start of that play. It was about 15 passes.
It was crisp, and the finish was there, and now the Penguins are back to even footing here. Not even 5.5 gone in this first period. Goals separated by 2 minutes and 6 seconds. It was Suzuki for the Canadians, and then Rakell with his team-leading 12th goal of the year. And third on the power play to tie things at 1. Ryan Rust will drive it down to the Montreal zone. There's Samuel Montembeault, hands it off for Lane Hutson. Second round pick of the Canadians in 2022, started at Boston University. As he flips it out to center, Gallagher, the tap pass through the legs, looking for Anderson. He couldn't come up with it. Followed up by Christian Dvorak, then stolen by Drew O'Connor. And he gets the legs going. Pens may have a 3-on-2. O'Connor carries in, looking for Beauvillier, knocked down. O'Connor's got it again. Down low to Beauvillier, spins away from Barron. Here's a shot from Glass that was blocked on its way to the net. Dvorak sweeps it through center. Anderson maybe a step offside, and there is the whistle.
Good eye, buddy. I thought that was close. You had it dialed on the offside call.
Well, I'm leaning so far out of this booth, I was basically on the blue line.
You were.
It's a great view here at Bell Center as we get a word now from attorney David Schrager.
I'm attorney David Schrager. Call my law firm for a free consultation. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
To look at Cody Glass, you heard from him with Haley before this game. The 19th different Penguin to score a goal this year. If it seems like a lot, it's because it is. That's tied for third most in the NHL. Two teams have 21, 4 teams with 20, but the Penguins have had that distribution. It's kind of been a theme all year. We mentioned Sidney Crosby being a little snake bit. Evgeny Malkin has not scored quite as often as he would like to this point in the season, but a lot of other guys have found the net in the interim.
Yeah, you got to spread it around, and it doesn't put so much heat on those guys. You see Pickering get a nice shot from the board, straight directed at the net.
Another shot, Montembeault the save, it's loose in front, and taken away by Montreal.
I like that chaos stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I like that, just quick, low to high, and just get it towards the net with guys getting there. And they got some guys on the ice on this shift that like to get to those areas.
Here's Laine dancing on in, lost possession. Carlson will feed it ahead for Rickard Rakell. He turns it over. Gooley right back to Arber Xhekaj. Tumbles to the ice, Rakell leans on him. And Carlson will start it back up ice for Pittsburgh. Russ jams it in, Rakell after this. Penguins out shooting the Canadiens 4-2 at this stage of the game. 6.5 gone in this first period. Brian Rust to a loose puck. Taken back by Montreal, it's Alex Newhook. Dishing to Nick Suzuki. Closed on, and a good gap there by Marcus Pettersson. Knocked the puck away from him. Crosby flips it down in the Montreal zone. It's cleared back out the center as Suzuki carries ahead. Caulfield back for Nick Suzuki. A goal already tonight. Cross ice feed, Matheson back in front. Look at that kick save from Marcus Pettersson.
Yeah, good thing he did that. Caulfield was wide open, backdoor, just kind of planted, set up shop, ready to tap that thing in. Kick save and a beauty from Pettersson.
Tomasino sprung ahead by Pettersson. Back in front to Bunting. And a save by Montembeault as that developed quickly. Good stops at either end of the ice. One by a defenseman, one by the traditional goaltender. And we got a couple goals in this one as well. Nick Suzuki kicking it off for the Habs. Rickard Rakell gets the Pens even.
Today, he rode the bus with the team to morning skate and watched both the Canadiens and Penguins skate. And let me tell you, this 12-year-old was locked in, so locked in that head coach Mike Sullivan even said he and Alex had a half-hour film session together this morning. Sullivan said he was very impressed by his knowledge and that he even has some of the same mannerisms as his dad, Chris Letang, Josh.
What a mini-me he is. Looking exactly like his dad.
Getting big right before our eyes.
Is he ever?
You're right, he didn't look exactly the same.
Good for Alex. And his dad's got a point here tonight. Perfect setup to Rickard Rakell for that power play goal. Canadians back in their own zone. Here's Mike Matheson. He leads Montreal's blue line with 15 points on the year. Ryan Graves a steal. Malkin's got it. He connects to Bunting. Bouncing puck, but he settles it and drives it in. Tomasino pressuring Matheson, who comes away with the puck. Pass to Heineman. Closed on by Pickering, who's been aggressive in this game, Army. You mentioned a couple shots early. Crosby's pass deflects back to the point and away from Letang out the center. Owen Pickering finds Crosby, taps it towards Raquel, stolen by Dvorak. That redirects to Rust, curling with it, shooting, and a save from a sharp angle by Montembeault. Here's Sidney Crosby, twisting and turning. Jack-Eye knocks him down. Raquel takes the pass, then Rust. He'll try the Crosby route. Up the wall, it's poked past Pickering by Armia. Anderson pressuring Letang. They're tangled up as it goes deeper inside the Penguin zone. Followed up by Dvorak. The centering pass knocked down by Rust. Penguins have had some active sticks here in the first 8.5 minutes of this game. As a shot comes in on Jarry, he makes the save.
Some good offensive zone shifts by both teams here on this shift as we get a look at our Eastern Conference standings. And just looking at the big picture of this, and games played out the window, we see the points right there, but you can see all these teams in this mix and how wide open it is.
It's amazing what happens. Think about it, Army. The Penguins are 5-2 in their last 7. We know that stretch they had earlier this year where they lost 6 in a row and things seemed bleak, but it's amazing with how mushy that middle can be, that if you string together 3 wins, 4 wins in a row, how quickly you can rise.
Yeah, and that's what I think a lot of teams are looking at right now. Some good teams, and then the teams that are just below it. Who's going to fight to be the best out of those teams to crack those spots? We're at that 30-game mark for the Penguins now.
O'Connor accelerates through center, one-on-one with Struble, tries to drive the net, shoulder save, Montembeault.
Looks like it might have hit the post. Did that hit the post or his shoulder? Driving his legs, Drew O'Connor trying to get to that net.
There's Slavkovsky out the center for Patrick Laine. 4 points in his first 4 games as a Hab. Lost the puck there, Beauvillier. Cody Glass carries in. Glass still with it, holding it, shooting it, saved by Montembeault.
O'Connor back inside that blue paint on the crease. Good job by Glass and patience. Maybe take advantage of Matheson going down to jump into that hole.
Gallagher tangled up with Grzelcyk, who gets it up the wall. Matt Nieto, mentioned earlier, back in the game after 3 games as a healthy scratch. It comes across here for Dvorak. He'll step in. Rister, Jarry gets a piece. Hudson to the loose puck. Shake and bake from Grzelcyk. A cross-ice feed to Dvorak. Fan on the shot. Still there. And Anderson's chance was blocked. Matheson passes for Dvorak. Whips it cross-ice. Hudson taps it away from Beauvillier. Down low, Gallagher. Pass knocked down by Grzelcyk. Hudson steps away from him. Lizotte tried to steal it. He couldn't. Hudson floats it in front. What a save. Jarry off a better pass from Hudson. Anderson was denied.
Well, that's what we were talking about off the open. Lane Hudson, shake and bake, creating lanes, creating space with his legs, and making these circus passes all over the offensive zone.
Caulfield right around Letang. Newhook after it. Pickering leaning on Alex Newhook. Steals the puck away from him. Oh, and Pickering, just another impressive play, but the Penguins can't get it out. Here's Suzuki, blocked by Pickering. Tomasino lost it. Caulfield dancing. Gooley's shot kicked out by Jarry. Penguins under siege a bit here as Malkin will take it. Tomasino can't clear. Caulfield's tripped up. It comes deeper. Newhook to Gooley. He's knocked down by Pickering. And it's finally scooped out the center by Bunting. Malkin's got it. Jolted by Jack-Eye.
Well, the crowd's getting into it now.
Suzuki. Pass knocked down by Carlson. Here's Marcus Pettersson. Saw his 3-game point streak come to an end against Colorado Tuesday. As Crosby right back out there, pumps it deep. 8 minutes to go here in the first 1-1 game. Out at center, it's Marcus Pettersson across to Erik Karlsson. Flicks it down in the Montreal zone. Rust giving chase, trying to get around Justin Barron. It comes to Raquel. Knocked off his stick. Pettersson to Karlsson. Rister wide. Rust for Crosby. Jake Evans steps away from Rickard Raquel. Heineman can't clear. It's scooped up in stride by Evans. And he'll play it past Raquel inside the Penguin zone. Carlson's after it there, taps it along to Pettersson. Raquel redirect down the Montreal end. Good pace in this game. Both teams have some opportunities as Matheson ices the puck. It's funny how that works. You talk about pace and there's an ice.
Quit jinxing us.
Hey, gear up for Penguins Ottawa Senators on Saturday night with the latest news, in-depth analysis, and stats on Penguins Face-Off Live. Tune in a half hour before every Penguins game for Penguins Face-Off Live. It's presented by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield and only on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. You think about Senators, just like the Canadiens, these are teams, we showed you the standings right now in the Eastern Conference. Opportunity here for the Penguins on this mini road trip.
Yeah, they're gonna get it back going again after that loss in a game they didn't feel too good about against Colorado, and having their legs and being aggressive and playing that style of game. So it was a big game for them to get back in the saddle. High stick by Drew O'Connor. And we will head to break. A little flurry from this opportunistic, skilled Montreal team. Tristan Jarry with some big saves, keeping it 1-1.
As a bunch of stars around the league sidelined right now, it's kind of interesting when you look both the East and the West. There's some major bodies out of lineups.
Of course, Alex Ovechkin trying to track down that Wayne Gretzky goals record. I'm almost on this UPMC injury update also. I put my outdoor rink in the other day. My back is sore. That was close.
That injury update presented by UPMC Health Plan, the official health plan of Pittsburgh hockey coverage on SNP.
Just doing dad stuff though, Josh. You got to do it. Get the rink in. Not too cold here.
The hours you log, Army. Dad of the year.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for recognizing.
No problem. I try to support.
Dad to dad.
Yeah, exactly. Letang back in his own zone for Owen Pickering. Tomasino weaves his way through center, and he'll dump it in. Laine, some contact with Tomasino there. Letang at the attacking line, pivots away from Kirby Dach, and he'll find Erik Karlsson. Penguin defenseman with points in 3 straight entering tonight. He loves playing the Habs, 42 points in 51 games, and both him and Chris Letang with 10 goals against Montreal. It's the most amongst active defensemen. Crosby maneuvers away from Gallagher. Here's Pettersson. Right over to Karlsson. He'll step in, shoot, saved by Montembeault. Karlsson's pass knocked down by Gallagher. Rust can't get it deep. And Jack-Eye unable to handle as the Penguins come in offside. Well, it was a frantic few minutes there, but it's quieted down a bit. Don't worry, chaos is coming. 1-1 in Montreal. We mentioned the last couple games against these teams, there has been some physicality, and there's been a dose of it here tonight. You got to figure Arber Xhekaj would be involved.
Oh. Well, yeah, he leads their team in penalty minutes with 43, and big physical presence for them. And last time these teams met, he was involved in some of that as well. Big hulking young defenseman for this Montreal Canadiens team. Doesn't mind throwing him. Still looking for his first goal of the season, too.
6'4", 240. Arber Xhekaj is a mountain of a man. As Rakell creates a turnover at center. Cole Caulfield up ahead for Suzuki, who has his 11th of the year here tonight. 16th point on home ice. He leads Montreal under this roof. As Pettersson will fly it out to center for Sidney Crosby. One-on-one with Hudson. Crosby juggled the puck, then left it for Rakell. Drives deeper. Suzuki draped over his shoulder, knocked it loose. It's picked up by Matheson. Chips it up the middle of the ice. Carlson intercepts. Drifting, wristing, kicked out by Montembeault. Wayne Hudson back ahead for Montreal. Under 5 minutes to go here in this first period. Rims it around inside the Penguin zone. It's Grzelcyk. Down low to Pettersson. Up the wall, Matt Nieto. Right onto the tape of Noel Acciari. Speaking of previous meetings, very involved in that last game between these two teams was Noel Acciari. He's dumped behind the net there by Armia. Lizotte and Acciari dig it free. It's kept in on the wall by Graves. Knocks it free, scoops it deeper. Acciari back to it. It's Jake Evans who plays it right back behind his own net. Catches the apron. It's loose back there. Penguins trying to dig it free. They do. Lizotte curls it up the wall. Good work by this trio down low as Grzelcyk spins it deep once again. Around it comes. Heineman's waiting for it. Pinching his Graves. Puck bounces free where Evans tumbles. Lost it. Graves keeps it moving. Lizotte. Up top, it's Grzelcyk. Penguins starting to roll the lines over here as Tomasino joins the fray. He's got the puck now. Tomasino with a move. A shot is blocked out of play.
Well, no one could seem to put a fork in that puck. It was just kind of bouncing all over the place on everybody. As we flash back to the last meeting, Acciari and the way he played and physicality was that hit on Slafkovsky. And Arber Xhekaj didn't like at the end of this game, and that's when some rough stuff came, and Xhekaj was looking to avenge that hit, which led to this rough stuff. Struble jumping in on Graves' back. Well, Graves eventually got loose, and oh boy, did he start a lawnmower.
That was the only fight Ryan Graves had this season, but he made the most of it.
Oh yeah, he was angry in that one. That was an angry man.
There's Brendan Gallagher, longtime Canadiens, 13th season here in Montreal. As Anderson sends it up the wall for Dvorak. Back down low, Josh Anderson. Already his 5th year as a Canadian since coming over from Columbus. Back down low, it's Dvorak working up the wall for Guhle. Dvorak. Letang sweeps it around. After it is Tomasino. Pickering, stolen by Gallagher. Back to it is Tomasino, and he'll clear. Skipping puck down to the Montreal zone as we tick down towards 3 minutes to go in this first period. Nick Suzuki got things going early in this one for the Canadiens. 2 minutes and 12 seconds in, but then just 2 minutes and 6 seconds after that, it was Rickard Rakell on the power play to tie things up. Carlson off to Pettersson. Cody Glass points in 2 of the 3 games he's played since returning from a concussion. Puck pinballs off of him down to the Montreal zone. A pass intercepted by Juraj Slafkovsky. He can't clear. Driven deeper by O'Connor. Glass has got it again. In the slot, Beauvillier thought about shooting, then thought otherwise as he plays it behind the net for O'Connor. In front, Glass holding it, shooting it, kicked out by Montembeault. Penguins all over the Canadiens in their own zone. This is the 2nd or 3rd shift here in recent memory where they've kept Montreal hemmed. As Justin Barron finally gets it out the center and he'll dump it in.
Yeah, some good sequence of shifts put together. Some mishandling of the puck once again, just kind of chopping it around, and Penguins ended up with it on their stick, able to create and make something happen.
Ryan Rust, the outlet pass, misses Rickard Rakell. It comes down to the Montreal zone and no icing. Matheson. Quick feed to Suzuki. Scooped cross ice, Caulfield manages to get it to Newhook. Closing on him was Letang, who jams it out to the neutral zone. There's Mike Matheson, and here's Lane Hudson. Playing in his 31st NHL game here tonight. He's got 21 assists so far as Matheson dances in, nearly got around Pickering. He takes it back and clears to center once more. Hudson. Caulfield couldn't handle it. Suzuki there for the follow-up. Down low to Caulfield behind the net. The centering pass is thwarted by Grzelcyk. Two of those guys tangled up. Grzelcyk tumbles, picked up by Lizotte. And no crisscross with Nieto. Connects with him over the attacking line. Back in the slot, it's Graves who joined the fray. Down under a minute to go here in this first period. Stolen away by Montreal's Armia, and he'll dump it in. Got a penalty coming up here to the Penguins.
A hooking call. Looks like Lizotte's going to be going to the box here.
Pittsburgh, number 46, minor penalty, hooking.
We get a look at this penalty down here in this scrum as Montreal does pick up the puck, and they were going to have some numbers going. There's that stick just in on the hands of Armia. And here's that Glass chance, a little switch, gets Struble off of Glass, able to make a spinning shot quickly, just bouncing around out of the reach of Drew O'Connor around that net again.
This Canadian power play has been better lately. They don't have their top dog out there right now, Patrick Laine. You can bet he'll be out there soon, though. Power play goal in their win against Anaheim here on Monday, and they've struck on the man advantage 3 of their last 4 games.
Well, they've got some guys and some weapons out here. Some guys in some good positions. And Patrick Laine, since being back in this lineup, has shown that shot that he has and that he possesses has been real dangerous. 3 power play goals this year.
And all 3 of his goals have been on the man advantage. As Matheson scoops it up back in his own end. A dozen seconds to go in the first. Here comes Mike Matheson, dancing and shooting off the mask of Jarry. Kept it out. And a puck pinballs back behind the net.
Did that hit Jarry coming out of the corner there, or Letang?
Whoever it hit, it stays out.
That angle shot almost caught them both.
So the first period comes to an end. Penguins are going to be shorthanded for 1:12 going into the second, but after that early goal, Army, a much better period overall for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they strung some shifts together is what they did, and you know, we talked about the speed and then attack mentality. It's just tough to get a handle on the puck. This is a quick Montreal team, but they were able to string some shifts together and start to generate. We'll start with the penalty kill here in the second.
Well, coming up in the first intermission, presented by your neighborhood Ford store with Dan, Jay, and Mike. Haley will talk with Ricard Raquel. Highlights and analysis, all next.
The Penguins winning the first two meetings by scores of 6-3 and 3-1, but so far, the Penguins and Canadiens are tied at 1 in meeting number 3. Welcome to the Neighborhood Ford Store First Intermission Report alongside Jay Caulfield and Mike Rupp. I'm Dan Potash. Yes, the Penguins have to be happy with the power play goal that they scored, though, Jay, I know there's at least one turnover they'd like to have back.
Yeah, but still, it's amazing in the stat. It's a crazy stat, and the first goal and the first shot again, it's kind of wild. But hey, the opportunity they gave up against Caulfield and Suzuki, it's tough to say. They buried it, made it 1-0 early lead, and then from there, the Penguins kind of were the better team in the power play. We see the power play goal, which is great to see. Raquel, great puck movement, but again, a disturbing trend. With that early goal again, it's amazing to me how that's happening.
It's mind-blowing. I don't understand it. And a lot of them, I know there's been a lot of attention on Tristan Jarry, and he's been in net on a lot of those games for that. But you're also giving up odd man rushes, some of the first looks in hockey games, and we've seen this year even breakaways. So it's those two things have to work together as far as the opportunities given, and then the goaltender making those saves. But I will say the team fought back. That power play, that's what we were talking about in pregame. The right time. You get that goal at the right time, it could change everything. And I think it changed the trajectory of the period because I thought the Penguins got better as it went on.
Haley Hunter is standing by with Ricardo Kell. It's the first intermission interview presented by UPMC Health Plan, the official health plan of Pittsburgh hockey coverage on SMP.
Dan, thank you. Raquel now with 2 power play goals in his last 3 games. And Rex, you guys have been putting a lot of work in practice on the power play lately, trying to get the puck to the low slot. So how are you and Tanger able to connect as well as you did there?
I thought they started out, we had some good movement with the puck early on, and we're just trying to be threats out there. And then that play opened up and was a great play by Tanger.
Well, the Canadiens unfortunately showing you guys early in this game what they're capable of quickly off the transition. So how can you limit those odd man breaks the rest of the way? Yeah,
I mean, we got to stay hard on the forecheck like we have been, but got to make sure we reload with our center or third guy high, so to not give them too many looks on the transition game.
All right, Rex, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Dan, back to you in the studio.
Haley, thank you very much. When we return on the Neighborhood Ford Store First Intermission Report, Jay will illustrate some hard work that is paying off for the Penguins, and will set the stage for the second period where the Penguins and the Canadiens are tied at 1 after 1. ahead for the Pittsburgh Penguins, who will be in Ottawa on Saturday night. Then it's back home to face the Los Angeles Kings on Tuesday, and then the first of a 2-game road trip on Thursday with a stop in Nashville against the Predators. And that game on Tuesday night will also be the latest edition of Unobstructed Views, as Hannah Mears, Max Halbert, and once again, a new friend to the house, if you will, WWE announcer Corey Graves will join us in studio as well. They'll be watching the Penguins take on the Kings from our studios here on the North Shore, answering your questions via social media, sharing stories, and so much more. Unobstructed Views comes your way Tuesday at 7 p.m. on Sportsnet Pittsburgh Plus and the SMP 360 app. To find Sportsnet Pittsburgh Plus on your cable or satellite provider, head over to sportsnetpittsburgh.com to find the channel listings in your area. Here's a look at the Pennsylvania Lottery by the numbers from the first period of play. And once again, Montreal still has some change left on that first power play of the evening, a minute 12, if you will, to go into that second period. But a 1-1 hockey game for the Penguins to have so far.
A little chippiness, too. We saw that one shift. I know you can see the 11 hits there for the Abs, but there's that one shift where it just looked like it was hit after hit, and the Bell Center was getting a little bit loud there. So we'll see if this kind of starts continuing to move in that direction. We know about the history earlier in the season between these two teams, but I thought it was a pretty physical period.
We're hoping that penalty, when it's broken up, usually favors the defensive side. When your power play gets broken up, hopefully that does that to Montreal, that they don't find a groove coming right out in the second period with it.
Jay, time for your illustration, and you want to take a closer look at some hard work that's starting to pay off for the Pens.
Yeah, we talked about how when things tied, obviously you give up the first goal early, and then there's a couple shifts that you need to be difference makers, and this was the fourth line with Lizotte, Acciari, and Nieto, and it's nothing more than working it low to high, getting it deep, get on the forecheck, and we'll see right here. This is, trying to go wide. This is Nieto right here. In this position, you have nothing, right? It's 2 against 4. Chip the puck deep and get on the forecheck. Right there, you'll see now Noel Acciari is going to be the first guy on the puck. Second guy, just we talked about on the forecheck, kind of read, but you're coming in on the strong side wall. Acciari's got to be the first one. He gets there first. A little help coming in with Nieto. Now here comes your third guy in Lizotte right here. He's got to read it. So the Penguins gain control underneath. Comes up the wall. You'll see Lizotte right there. He starts to peel off. He's going back to help. The D's coming down, but now he just peels back and gets to the corner, gives another option, but Pettersson goes towards the net. Just misses. Now you've got Letang able to come down the wall and keep this play alive right here. And you can see underneath, there's help underneath behind the net right there in Nieto. He holds on to it in this position. And again, a great feed one more time. Low to high again. You've got Lizotte, you've got Acciari. And now you have options right from here from Letang. He does nothing more than put it at the net. You have the chance for deflection, rebound, whatever it might be. But one more time, Acciari wins the battle behind the net. There was Nieto coming in, but you see Lizotte pulls back right there to give it out. And just the deflection right there that just misses by Acciari. And this is what you like. You keep the play alive. You force it. Acciari there had the deflection right in this area. Just misses. Letang right now keeps the play alive. And again, gets it underneath to Nieto. And one more time, you go low to high here. Lizotte comes around the net. You have Acciari in this position, but you get it back to the point, and then you'll see Letang get it right to the net again for one more time for an opportunity for a deflection right there. Defenseman off the defenseman's stick. But for me, Mike, it's that kind of shift. You talked about Lizotte before. We talked about him the other night. He brings a different element. They were attacking. He's a big part of it.
Yeah, make them run, make them turn their heads, get kind of running around defensively a little bit. I think that's a great job as far as you just don't want to stay stagnant in the corner. And the cycle game's great. Sometimes you just simply got to do it. But when everybody could just keep you in their foresight, it's not going to generate much. Low to high, moving people around, that's where it creates some confusion.
All right, that's going to do it for the Neighborhood Ford Store First Intermission Report. When we return, Josh Getzoff, Colby Armstrong, and Haley Hunter. We'll get you ready for the second period between the Penguins and the Canadiens. We're tied at 1 after 1 on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Sportsnet Pittsburgh is brought to you by Levin Furniture and Mattress, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. By Allegheny Health Network, leading sports medicine care that keeps you in the game. By Number One Cochrane, shop 19 new car brands and thousands of pre-owned vehicles at Cochrane.com. And by GetGo Cafe and Market. GetGo, where the Pens go. Back here in Montreal, getting set for second period action, and time now to take a look at our FanDuel same game parlay. Here's what we have dialed up for you in this second period here tonight. We like more offense from the Penguins, and we always love more offense from the Penguins. You can combine those odds together for 587. A reminder that those odds are subject to change. 1-1 here in Montreal after one period of play. You come to Montreal, you got the legends, you got the names in the rafters, the names in the stands, and the Chien shows.
Oh, where's
do you have
mine?
yours?
I got mine, of course I do.
Oh.
I got two. I already ate one.
I wasn't going to expose you.
Well, this is the famous Chien show, meaning dog hot.
Yes,
the
of
hot
course.
dog, known for the toasted buns. So not your just
Little
traditional
toast,
hot dog, but these are piled in the dressing room post-game. I know as a visiting team member, that was the best part. Then playing here, obviously, it was amazing to have these. We had these in the family room. So after games, you sneak in there, hey, let's get the family. Oh, yeah, I'm going to eat a couple of these hot dogs. So a classic here in Montreal. And we had to run down. The lineup was insane.
We did.
I didn't know if we were going to make it back in time to get on the air, but you got to get these.
We
when you're in town.
canceled out the Chien shows with the rundown to get them. Hey, cheers, buddy.
Cheers, buddy.
When in Rome.
Love it.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Is that a industry move, is to eat hot dogs on the air? I don't know if you're supposed to be eating food, but if you're going to eat anything on TV, it might as well be one of these dogs here at the Bell Center.
This is the place to do it.
I've done way dumber things on TV than that. You know what I mean? I may go for the hat trick of hot dogs. If this game goes OT, you might have to wheel me out of here.
Hey, I mean, you already outed yourself, Army. I was going to say that was your only hot dog.
You were? It's a nice guy.
I'm trying to protect you, man. Back underway here in the second. The Canadians on the power play for another minute. Remaining time ticking away on that Blake Lizotte minor towards the end of the first. That was hooking. As Pittsburgh picks up a loose puck, and Brian Rust will clear on this Penguins penalty kill, which comes into tonight. Bit of a bump up after the last week of action. 13th in the NHL, and Rust creates a turnover. Penguins went 3 for 3 on the kill against Colorado, and really kind of kept themselves in that game before the Avalanche distanced the score in the third period.
Some great work by Brian Rust. Kind of 1-on-2, poking pucks through guys, hanging on to pucks, fighting off Caulfield, moving the puck all the way back, just eating up valuable seconds on this penalty.
Pedersen to a loose puck, and he'll airmail it all the way back down to the Montreal zone. 15 seconds on the Lizotte minor, so unless Montreal hurries, that's pretty much going to do it on this power play. Lane Hutson feeding it up the right wing for Mike Matheson. He'll carry on in. Stick check by O'Connor, lost it to Pickering again, right there making a defensive play, and he skips it off Lizotte all the way down.
Pickering, we've seen him paired with Chris Letang as a partner. That must be pretty cool, hey, playing with Chris Letang here in Montreal and just in general. But doing some great work also as Pickering on that penalty kill.
Crosby back in. Shakes away from a couple Canadians, then turns it over. Anderson's home run pass to Dvorak. Here he comes. Jarry says no. Well, Tristan Jarry's made a couple big stops as this game has remained 1-1. Think about that save off the great feed from Hutson on Anderson in front, and then right there stopping Dvorak.
Yeah, he's had to be sharp, giving up the first goal of this game and has shut the door since. A couple shifts by Montreal in that first period where they had some pressure, and Lane Hutson was slinging passes all over the ice and generating chances. Jarry had to be real good in those spots.
Phil Tomasino redirects it down inside the Montreal zone. There's Bunting. Tomasino back to it. Had a couple shots in his return to the lineup against Colorado after a one-game absence with that upper body injury. Gallagher shovels it down to the Penguin zone. Pickering finds it there and hands it off to Chris Letang. Penguin defenseman in his 19th NHL season, back for Pickering in his first. Letang's pass deflects down inside the Montreal zone. Giving chases O'Connor, who was noticeable in that first period. This line in general had their moments of O'Connor, Glass, and Beauvillier. Drew the game's lone power play for the Penguins. Just as I say that, they take a penalty. Drew O'Connor is going to go to the box.
So they just kill a penalty, and now they're back on the penalty kill. Started down in the corner. You were praising Drew O'Connor's
Pittsburgh penalty, number 10.
Game so far here as he's in and around the net, but that was a little hook, just gets in on Hudson, knocks him down, and just prior to that, a little giveaway at the blue line, sends Dvorak and the Montreal Canadiens off all alone, and this is the save. Jarry just staying with him, Crosby pestering him. That's big now, and right off of a penalty kill, did that chance happen? Well, Penguins kill a penalty, get up a great chance. Jarry makes a big save, and now they're back down a man, and look at your goaltender having to be likely the best in these situations as well.
Canadiens control as Hudson sends it across. Dean Hudson dishing to Nick Suzuki. Caulfield leads the Canadiens with 7 power play goals on the year. He's out there right now, as is Patrick Laine. And Caulfield will pick up a loose puck, but it carries out to center. Suzuki. Those two combined for the lone Montreal goal as Suzuki feeds Caulfield over the attacking line. Drops it to Slafkovsky. Tries to sweep it deeper, taken away by Letang, but he turns it over to Laine. Patrick Laine moves away from Achari. Pass deflects off Achari. Laine and Pettersson collide. Achari, good work to knock Caulfield off the puck and clear to center for Glass.
Some great work down there by Pettersson, Achari, and Letang to loosen that puck up about 3 times before finally getting it down.
Here's Nick Suzuki. Laine carries in. Slafkovsky takes the drop pass. Rims it around. Caulfield waiting at the point. Right up top, it's Hudson. Steps in. He'll wrist it. Jarry kicks it out. Achari trying to get to that puck. Hudson steps away from him. He feeds Caulfield. Suzuki right back to Caulfield. Pass good. Stick by Achari, who's been strong on this PK, and out of play it goes.
Yeah, jumping, reading the play, aggression, when to close, good sticks in lanes. Noel Achari had it going on these penalty kills here, and here's his chance down low. Pettersson breaks it up right down the wall, and no, you're not going to get a chance to set that puck up, Cole Caulfield. I'm going to be all over you. And on that previous penalty kill, here was Brian Rust starting this period off, just chipping it by 1-on-2, killing that clock. Some great work by the PK here in this second period.
30 seconds on the O'Connor minor. Just over 4.5 gone here in this second period. Penguins have been shorthanded for the better half of it. As the puck is iced by Montreal, that'll be a break with 17 seconds left on the Canadian power play. Well, Pirates legend Dave Parker has been elected into the National Baseball Hall of Fame, the Cobra. Don't miss tonight's episode of Inside Pirates Baseball, featuring an exclusive in-depth look at Dave's life and career. Tune in at 10:30, and I think we speak on behalf of all Pirates fans, Army, by saying congrats to Dave Parker, and that was long overdue, and we're excited to see him going to Cooperstown.
Anytime you go to any Hall of Fame, amazing moment.
Blake Lizotte passing up top. It's taken by Letang. He'll wind, then step in, then pivot. Letang showing that skating prowess as Lizotte tries to find Glass. He's knocked down by Doc. And out of the box comes O'Connor. One shot on that power play for Montreal. Another puck comes in on Jarry. He'll kick it out. And the Penguins dump it out the center. O'Connor, fresh legs out of the box, sealed off by Goulet. Mike Matheson back up ice for Montreal. Puts it right into Grzelcyk's bread basket. He'll send it across to Carlson. Doc steals it from him, and he's got the puck. Goulet looking, wristing. Jarry fights it off. Grzelcyk stolen by Armia. In front, it's Anderson, loops around the net, and the stuff attempt was thwarted by Tristan Jarry.
Some nifty hands and skill by Montreal in tight space in that corner, trying to get that puck out front.
Russ picks up a loose puck. He'll send it deeper into the Canadian zone. Matheson outlet pass for Anderson. Barreling on in. Anderson's got a man in front. Center's there, and he couldn't connect with Armia. Other way, charging is Tomasino. He finds Bunting into the slot, shooting up over the net.
Wonder if someone got a piece of that, and man, the seas parted for Bunting as he cut to the middle. Right down the middle of the ice with a great look and opportunity.
Puck bounced back down to Penguin territory, slapped along by Pettersson for Tomasino. Further up the wall, it's stolen by Hudson. Hudson carries deeper. Malkin tried to steal it, could not. Hopped off Caulfield's stick, followed up by Suzuki. Back up top, it's Jackeye, and around it comes for Caulfield. Into the slot, Malkin tips it away from Newhook. Hudson, right back up by Suzuki, looking, feeding in front. Newhook, Jarry denies him in tight. Another huge stop for Tristan Jarry.
Oh, Montreal putting a little bit of heat on here in the second period as the Penguins try to get through penalty trouble. And on the PK, your best player has to be your goalie, and Tristan Jarry's kept this game tied. All by himself in the penalty box, and here's a reason why. Another quick chance up ice to see Letang's stick reaching out on Newhook just to disrupt him enough. Jarry makes a great save, but maybe that helped it. The Penguins playing with a little bit of fire here. Start off this second period. They started the period in the box. A couple penalties through there as well.
Yeah, when you dial it back to the end of the first, really over the better part of the last 8 minutes, the Penguins been shorthanded 3 times. Hudson across, one-timer, Caulfield, good block by Glass. Pickering to the loose puck, knocked down by Suzuki, keeps it alive. Laine floats it up top, Hudson dishing back to Laine, steps in, fires off the mask of Jarry. He's looking for help. Kind of waved for the official there.
Helmet is either loose or it stung him.
He's not getting the courtesy. As Suzuki's got it, his shot, Jarry, a glove save. He helps his own cause right there.
I'm wondering if he was working that arm around. He takes his helmet off and takes a look at it. He's making some faces. What's that? Well, that's a dent. Laine can absolutely rip that puck, and Jarry just puts his forehead down and eats that thing right off that helmet. And then the second one here today, signaling back to the bench. You get a look at that cage, you can see how it's dented in a little bit even. Hit him right between the eyes.
On a Patrick Laine shot nonetheless.
There's a big black puck mark on that white bar of his cage, right between the eyes. That's got to rattle around. That's why I never played net. I don't want to.
Oh, that's the only reason?
Oh, that's my flexibility issue.
Here's Slafkovsky carrying in. Up top for Hudson. Suzuki. Down low. Slafkovsky back to Suzuki. Lane Hudson. On the perimeter now for the Canadians as Suzuki takes it, moves forward. A pass deflects to the corner. Jari trying to win another battle shorthanded. It comes around the wall. Hudson's going to take it, and he moves to the net. Up top, it's Suzuki quickly across. Laine was handcuffed, picks it up, back to Suzuki. Hudson down low for Slafkovsky, steers it towards Suzuki, hands it off to Hudson. 20 seconds of the power play. His pass in front to Caulfield from his knees, then back to his feet, but he lost the puck, and Acciari clears.
Well, good job by the Penguins. Not running around, holding strong, not pushing out. Those guys, Suzuki and Hudson, they want you to kind of chase and break down and move out of your spots and those lanes, and so they can expose you. And the Penguins on that penalty kill unit did a great job as this one's up. Latanga's out of the box.
2 shots on that power play for Montreal. Penguins have now killed off 8 straight opposing power plays, and you can bet that's going to be an area of emphasis moving forward in this game, to simply just stay out of the box, play a little bit of 5-on-5 here with Montreal. And they come up ice looking to do just that. Glass dumps it in. O'Connor's first to it. Carlson off his skate deeper. Corralled by Raquel. Aiden Gooley shuffles it behind the net to Matheson. Up the wall, Russ steals it. In front, Crosby couldn't get a grip on it.
Looked like he just tried to touch it, little chip.
Then a wrister held on to by Montembeault with Raquel planted right in front.
So they get the kill and they come back with a decent shift right there. And that Crosby line coming out. Montembeault had to make a save through traffic. You look at Crosby in the O-zone working here, away from the puck, and I think he just tried to tip that between his own legs. I don't think he meant to kind of pop it to himself. Just a sneaky little backhand touch tip. Just hit his blade wrong. That rarely happens with him. Able to get it back later, roll up top, and get a great shot through traffic.
That was the first shot on goal for the Penguins this period.
Been in the penalty box the whole time.
Yep. Nearly at the midway point as Jake Evans maneuvers ahead, sealed off by Pettersson. Armia in there, knocked away from him by Raquel, taken by Heineman, right up top for Matheson, knocked off his stick, and Crosby will move forward. Rust takes the pass, looking for help. Brian Rust comes on in, moves around Matheson, nice move to the net, Rust! Wow, what a goal! Brian Rust, get up out of your seat! Complete magic from the Rusty Razor, and the Penguins go in front.
That is so vintage Rust once he gets to that net, to get it to that back post. Man, he loved that too. Look at his celebration. That started with Sid at that blue line with this little play, sorry, at the red line. Little play kind of slowed everything down, changed the gap of the D. Brian Rust underneath, and then this is all Brian Rust after that. Look at this little open the hip, shimmy, shake. See you later, Mike Matheson. That's not easy to do. Matheson, one of the most fluid, smooth, effortless skaters in the league. Really good on his edges. Brian Rust left a vapor trail. Getting by him into that net and slamming it home. What a goal. Second shot of the period.
The Penguins have their first lead of the night. Jacki in his own zone, steps away from Malkin.
Matheson thought he had him, he didn't have him. What a play. That's why Russ was loving it. Yes, it's nice to score, but when you dangle like that and you show that kind of ability, that always feels so good. Just eluding Mike Matheson, making it happen.
Here comes Slafkovsky. Across, moving on in is Jacki, drops it for Doc. A shoulder save by Jarry. He's
fought off a lot of shots.
Up high too. A few of these right around the head. A couple have caught him, as you mentioned, right in the mask. But he's kept them out. And the Penguins have a lead right now as Malkin moves ahead and dumps it in. Montembeault couldn't catch it. Cooley hit by Beauvillier. Struble up the wall, Slafkovsky. Suzuki shovels it in, gets around Grzelcyk. Swiped all the way back down to the Montreal zone as Cooley's gonna go after it, followed by Glass. Struble. Alex Newhook, cross ice, it's Caulfield. Dropping it to Suzuki, looking back down low. Pettersson was reading it, ready for it, and he gets it out the center for O'Connor. Glass is gonna try to join him. Drew O'Connor steers it deeper. Glass up the wall. Carlson collects, moves on in. Erik Karlsson nearly danced his way to the net.
Yeah, he had a little speed surge there off the wall, getting to the middle, and those are those kinds of defensemen. Hudson on one side, Karlsson here, and others that can move like that. It's so hard to check them and think you got them until you don't got them.
Acciari, a turning shot, kicked out by Montembeault. Nick Suzuki down low. Cooley lost it. Lazat's got it. It's taken away by the sliding Caulfield. Acciari right back down ice. Chasing after it is Matt Nieto. Big hit. And Struble dumps Nieto after he took down Cooley. Acciari gets in there. We mentioned earlier, Noel Acciari was right in the middle of the boiling water last game between these two teams. Montreal the other way. Caulfield takes the pass. Hit by Lazat. Swings it back in front. Gallagher's got it. Caulfield back up top. Hudson's drive is wide. Matheson. One-timer Gallagher wide of the net again. Nieto drives it up the wall. Gallagher keeps it alive. Hudson taken down by Lazat. Played to the net. Bouncing in front. Acciari rises up to catches it.
Tang has Anderson in a headlock off of that jump ball type of play. Tristan Jarry ends the chaos with that vertical.
Ryan Rust.
Oh,
we can watch this all night. 2-1 Pens.
Wow.
Started with a coffee from his buddy Michael Bunting to start out the road trip. Take a look at how the road trip started for the Pens. A blizzard, and that is some serious skill, by the way, carrying not just one but 4 Starbucks coffees for his buds, Nedeljkovic, Rust, Pettersson, all on the same card table on the plane. And Bunting told me they rotate each time for the coffee, whoever brings the coffee each trip. And he said it's funny because Pettersson never seems to make a coffee run when it's his turn. So guys, we may just need to give Petey an opportunity to counter that statement.
Alligator arms on Petey. He doesn't want to reach for the wallet.
Yeah, that's the anti-Armstrong. He's always reaching for the wallet to get the coffees.
Bunting looked like me carrying the hot dogs back to the booth. I always bring some for my friends.
I know, we should have sent some down to you, Haley. That's our mistake. We'll own that. Penguins in the attacking end here. After Brian Rust scores his 10th goal of the season, Raquel's wrister is grabbed by Montembeault.
Sid gets after physically after. I believe it was Hudson down there in the corner. This is how he's not getting to the puck first, but stick on stick, body on body, separates them, makes a quick play, and they generate a quick shot on net.
Army, you talked a lot about how the Canadiens play when they get the first goal and how good they've been. As Rust shot scores! Talk about good! That was brilliant! Tic-tac-toe, Crosby, Raquel, Rust. He's got a pair, and the Pens are up 3-1.
Like, what are we watching?
Oh, that was sick.
Crosby with a good forechecking player just before this whistle. Then he seals the boards, knocks it down, quick pass inside. Raquel, no look, spin pass to Brian Rust on the goal line. Cross body, one touch shot. And it happened in like a second. Boom, boom, in the net. That was execution, movement, and skill.
Turnover here in front. Jarry, another big stop, this time on Armia. Don't lose sight of what the guy wearing 35 in white has done in this game. Penguins have put two past Sam Montembeault here in the second period, but Tristan Jarry is probably as big a reason as any that they're up 3-1.
Just left all alone, Armia. This puck just kind of squirts back in on a diving play, and it just lands right on his tape. Jarry was sharp, he was ready. He was ready, reacted, got out right in front of that stage square, and big. And you're right, man, he's done a job. Penalty that spilled over into this period for the Penguins. They had to kill it, then two more penalties. Couple odd man breaks up ice. Kind of semi-breakaway opportunities as well. He's been really good here.
Drew O'Connor winning a puck battle in his own zone for Pickering. Penguins goals were 3 minutes and 24 seconds apart. The two tallies from Brian Rust. The shot sails wide of the net. Here's Heineman. Leaned on by Pickering and dumped to the ice. Owen Pickering, another play that as you watch the progression of the rookie can only make you smile. Cooley up ahead for Evans. Steps around Tomasino. Here comes Evans, drops it. Heineman across, they score. Yoel Armia beats Jarry, and it's a 3-2 game.
So Montreal does a little bit of answering back. It was Evans through that neutral zone that made that, kind of blew this play open right here. Tomasino just trying to reach and poke that thing with line changes happening. He gets through. It's a 3-on-2, and the Montreal Canadiens execute real well. And it's Evans coming right down the pipe. The D have to collapse to the middle in that situation. Once it does, it opens up those flanks. And they execute, get that puck to Armia, who had a chance all alone in front. This time he buries it.
Look out here, Malkin sprung free off the post and then squeezed by Montembeault. Oh, Penguins that close to going back up too.
Yeah, Malkin in all alone. The puck just kind of sprung to him. Montreal's fans are cheering. Oh no! The post saves Montembeault. Big save there.
of the night. Sidney Crosby moving on up the history ranks. And look at the names and look at who he passes. Now all alone, 5th all-time, most assists with one team in NHL history at 1,025. He's only 8 away from Le Magnifique, Army.
Yeah, I wonder what that's going to be like.
That's a franchise-altering moment right there when that happens.
Yep. Just seeing those names, and obviously what Mario is, and one to the league, but to this Penguins organization, it's something else when you see that. But 2 points here tonight, a couple good plays. Just get that puck to Brian Rust.
Flipped ahead for Laine, trying to get around Pettersson. He's got it. Pulls up and then closed on by Tomasino, who battles that puck ahead, but not out. Laine then knocked off his stick. Bunting carries forward. 4:40 to go in this second period. Penguins spent most of the first half shorthanded. They've spent most of the second half in the lead. Here's Doc. Laine steps in, knocked off his stick. Tomasino turns it back up ice. Been out there over a minute as he carries in on the attack. Cross ice feed. Carlson lets it rip. And a glove save by Montembeault. Download the new SNP 360 app to start streaming your favorite teams now. Sign up or log in with your TV provider to get direct access to live Penguins games and all the Pittsburgh sports content you love. Erik Karlsson and the Penguins holding on to a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, we were wondering what this game was going to be like coming into it. Maybe tight checking. Oh no, I think you know, these guys like to open it up when they play each other. We've seen it kind of go back and forth here this period.
Here's Raquel looking in front, bounces back out the center. Chris Letang back in his own end. He'll find Brian Rust, second multi-goal game this season. The other coming against Vancouver a couple weeks back. As Rust picks up the puck, back to the point for Letang. A shot from Raquel, kicked out by Montembeault, followed up by Pickering. He shanked it. Rust after it, off the apron to Crosby, then Letang, and here's Pickering. He'll open up, shooting off the end wall. Raquel looking in front. Crosby was right there.
Oh, that hit Matheson's skate. He had the right idea. He knew Sid was sitting there.
Letang bumped by Caulfield. Pettersson tangled up with Slafkovsky. It comes to Letang. He'll send it right back over towards Owen Pickering. Takes a hit from Caulfield, dumps it in. Lane Hudson, the outlet pass to Caulfield, closed on by Graves. And that forces a turnover as Lizotte will pick it up for Pittsburgh. There's Matt Grzelcyk, up to 13 assists on the year. Picked up a helper on that Rickard Rakell power play goal back in the first. Acciari protects the puck. Up top, it's Graves. Slides it across. Grzelcyk puts it wide.
Looked like that was just a little ahead of Grzelcyk on the pass. When you have to reach for a puck like that, you tend to get the body pulling. And Grzelcyk did just miss in the net.
Acciari comes in, but Nieto a step ahead and offside.
I gotta say, pretty exciting. I don't mind as a I don't mind a little back and forth. Penguins starting to generate a little more chances here now in their favor. But after we got rid of the penalties by the Penguins, we started to take over this game. There's that chance that we talked about. Oh boy, Matheson just in the right spot, took that seam away. Likely saved a goal.
Pettersson drives it in. Here's Jack-Eye. Gallagher in his own zone to Caden Gooley. Bunting dumps him to the ice. And it's played all the way down by Montreal. This will be icing. 2:09 on the clock here at Bell Center.
Well, Bunting pushed himself into this game. A little hit down in the corner on Gooley. Things get a little bit hard for Bunting, right? With his game right now and the way he's producing, there's a confidence there, but he can push himself physically into games and be a pain in the backside to the opposing team.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of everything, right?
He just kind of keeps picking away. There he is.
It's got to just be so annoying.
Nice pass over. I'm still going to take a shot at you here.
He's doing everything. He's scoring the goals. He's bringing that physicality. As Haley showed us, he's bringing coffees.
Yeah.
What can't the guy do?
An important guy here. Really important guy in this lineup. All those attributes.
Now that the line kept in, Carlson down low towards Bunting. Finds Malkin, out with it. Evgeny Malkin leaves it for Pettersson, looking back in front. Malkin's redirect, Montembeault to save. That was some pretty work. Montembeault stopped him, and Bunting just being mauled by Jack-Eye draws a crowd behind the Canadian net. Jack-Eye wants a piece of Malkin, and I wonder if Arber Jack-Eye is going to go here.
There'll be a few penalties. Bunting was pinned down by Jack-Eye when that play happened. Jack-Eye still, ref's trying to get him in a straitjacket here. Say, whoa, buddy. Pleading his case. What a play by Pettersson. On this little exchange here, looks like he's going to shoot it and just floats it back through on an old school give and go type play. Montembeault stayed right with it, jumped out, and Jack-Eye here just bullying Bunting around. Gino comes in, pretty good little cross check right there, and I think that's what got Jack-Eye and his wires to cross. The refs say, nope, we're good. All right, get it out of your system. We're good here. Play on.
It's been a fairly tame game overall. As Crosby wins that face-off to Pettersson, here comes Carlson. Deflects towards Montembeault, sticks it away. Brian Rust down low, picked off by Suzuki. Up in the air, it's Caulfield. And the outlet to Slavkovsky. He's tripped up by Pettersson, and will play on. Fans voice their displeasure. They're always a vocal bunch here in Montreal as Carlson carries up ahead. Rickard Rakell on a forecheck. Reverse hit from Gouli. As Rakell's back to his feet. Suzuki steps away from Carlson. Gouli back at the other end of the ice. Plays it in on Jari, who will cover up.
Rakell's got popped a couple times today, and Jack-Eye in the first period, the red line, and then just forechecking in. Gouli just gives him a little reverse check almost with his back.
Chari will take this face off. Alex Newhook for the Canadians. It's controlled by the Pens, and out the center, here's Justin Barron. Pressured by Nieto. He had to come deeper into his own zone. He turns it over, but it pinballs right to Doc, who gets sealed off nicely by Chari. And the puck hits the curved glass there and goes out of play.
Good hit by Chari, sealing Doc off in the neutral zone, as it looked like he might have got by him and made something possibly happen off the rush. And I love that when Achari's playing this game. He has to, it's a hard game to play, no question. Love to notice him a lot more of late, being that kind of physical guy, that possum in the pantry.
Print the shirts in the strip district.
Still so sell.
Here's Laine. Poked off his stick by Pickering. Barron back down low. Doc bumped by Letang. Lazat's after it. Jams it up the wall. Kept in by Montreal. And Lazat will scoop it to center with 30 seconds to go in this second period. It's a 3-2 edge for the Penguins thanks to 2 goals in this second period, just under 3.5 apart from Brian Rust. Bouncing puck in front. Letang will scoop it up and move by himself up ice and chop it down to the Montreal zone. He's going to give chase by himself with 12 seconds to go in the period. Line A. Read by Bunting. Turns in Lizotte. 4 seconds. He's got time if he wants to shoot. Backhander is gloved by Montembeault, and that'll do it for this second period. So, Army, the Penguins do their job on the penalty kill. And then when it gets back to 5-on-5, that guy does his job with a couple of goals, and they have a 3-2 lead after 2.
Yeah, got through a couple penalty kill situations. Tristan Jarry was outstanding on a lot of quality chances, but Brian Rust, 2 goals in that period. He's hunting that third now as we head into the third.
Dan, Jay, and Rupp are going to break it all down. Haley will talk with Owen Pickering. It's 3-2 Pens after 2 in Montreal.
Well, so far, Brian Rust is the difference in this one. His 10th and 11th goals of the season has the Penguins on top 3-2 after 2 on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Welcome to the second intermission report presented by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. Alongside Jake Caulfield and Mike Rupp, I'm Dan Potash. Entertaining hockey through 40 minutes so far.
It is from both teams. I mean, big saves by Jarry, too, to keep only the one before he gave up the second, but he had to be really good between that and then Brian Rust, individual effort to put him on the board. Again, he does it better than most in the NHL. He takes it to the net, and he makes a power move, and he's really, I think, one of the best at it in the game.
I mean, 2 beautiful goals.
Yeah,
I mean, incredible setup on the second one, but they get the right thing at the right time with a big penalty kill on Chris Letang's penalty, and then they strike a couple times with Brian Rust. I like that response.
Yep. Haley Hunter is standing by with Owen Pickering. The interview is presented by your Western PA Chevy dealers.
Dan Thankey will pick, first of all, 3 straight kills to open up that second period against a Montreal team that's scored on the power play in 3 of their last 4 games. What were you guys doing well there to shut them down?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just stuck to it. We obviously have a game plan in place to kill against these guys. They have some good talent on the power, but I feel like we've done a good job so far.
Of course, Montreal using their speed up the middle at the end there. What can you guys do to close up the gap in the neutral zone better in this final 20?
I think making sure our changes are good. Obviously, I think that they transition pretty well, so we got to make sure we're smart, and it'll be a little easier here in the third period too.
Best of luck, Pick. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan, back to you.
When we return on the second intermission report presented by ESPN Bet, the official sports book of ESPN, Jay will illustrate Rust's 10th goal of the season, and it was a good one. We'll get you ready for the third period as well, so stay with us.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC.
By ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN. Highlights from tonight's game. Early first period, scoreless. The pass from Chris Letang gets chopped out to center ice. The Canadians transition the other way. Nick Suzuki with his 11th of the season. The Canadians with a 1-0 lead. A couple minutes later, the Penguins with the man advantage. Letang will send a pass to the front of the net. Ricard Raquel with the quick tap in, and we are tied at 1. Midway through the second period, same score, but not for long. Brian Rust brings the puck up the ice, makes the nice move, and then drives in. His 10th of the season, and it's 2-1 good guys. A few minutes later, after a face-off win by the Penguins, Rickard Rakell with a nice no-look pass to Rust, who will tap in his second of the game. That made it 3-1 Penguins. Your score right now 3-2 after 2 here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Yes, Tristan Jarry has been very good, but so is the case for the Penguins PK unit, which is 3 for 3. In fact, they are now 8 for their last 8 coming in or moving forward so far in this one. All right, time for your illustration, Jay. Let's talk about Bryan Rust's first goal, which we showed in that highlight.
First of all, the highlights are a couple of beautiful goals, as we talked about. But Bryan Rust one here, this is something we've talked about a lot when you have 2D and you have a D on his offside. Mike Matheson, one of the best skaters in the game, and he's going to be playing the right side as a lefty, right? So as we let this roll, you're going to see the play. Montreal's forcing it. It comes around the wall right here. And this forward, the Montreal forward's taking a peek in this position and basically looking over his shoulder, going to move it back to his defenseman right here. Bryan Rust is reading it, and right now you can tell it's hugging the wall, right? It's in his skates. He tries to pick it off the wall, using his skate to stick, and Bryan Rust is right there. Difficult to do. Now what happens next is a little delay. You can see Matheson recovers. They get forced by the one forward. Crosby slides it to Rust. Now the gap is going to get bigger. It's hard for Matheson to keep the gap. He's got to slow down a little bit, trying to regain it. And right here, Bryan Rust, usually they know if he's going to take him, a lot of times he starts to go there. He pulls up. But watch a little bit more than we'll pause it right there. That little pull-up makes them think like, hey, he might be going into Rakell or maybe looking for any other seam pass might be there. Matheson bites, and once he bites, Bryan Rust takes it right there. Strong move again, and by Rakell getting to the net, it occupies the other defenseman right here who doesn't even see him coming till too late. Bryan Rust, a great job. Now we'll get a look one more time from high and what it means as a defenseman on that offside. Once it comes back to the point, again, if you're a righty here, there's no problem whatsoever. You pull it off the wall, you can walk the line, you can go D to D. But as a lefty, to pull it off the wall, as a lefty and try and get it going, it's like an extra step, and Bryan Rust jumps on it right there. Just enough time, and then you can see the delay. Matheson recovers. The little delay right here. And you can see the depth that Matheson's starting to get. Bryan Rust at center ice. Too much room. And now this is really just a thing of beauty, really, because he comes up the wall and watch him set him up right there. He pulls up, and then he pulls it inside. Little toe drag, takes it to the net. And again, one-on-one against the goaltender. And as I said before, we'll get one more tight look of it. That move is outstanding. Bryan Rust, as I've said before, and Mike and I both have said, Dan, is that he probably does that better than anybody in the NHL, and he takes people more. It's that drive, it's that intestinal fortitude that people take it to a net in the NHL. It's a tough area to get to. He does it, and he produces, and he's that good at it.
I mean, what a stutter step there.
Yeah,
I mean, that was awesome. And even the Crosby pass, too, the way that he kind of opens up and finds that seam to Bryan Rust to really get the whole thing started. But that was good. You know, Bryan Rust having a game right now, and it's not even done yet. He's going to be one of the guys they're going to lean on in this third period. He was kind of quiet the other night against Colorado in a game where you wanted the star players for the Penguins maybe to step up a little bit more because Colorado's were. Yep. Well, he's stepping up right now. He's making up for it.
Yep. Talked about Bryan Rust as someone that the Penguins could lean on. Who else needs to step up for the Penguins to help increase this one-goal lead?
Oh, I think you're looking at Malkin and Crosby, just together, that group, and as a whole, Jarry has to play the same way because they're still giving up some great. I think Montreal had 7 or 8 grade A opportunities. He had to be very good, but I'm waiting for Sidney Crosby to break out his little goal slump, if you want to call it a slump. I expect him to produce something with this as well.
Absolutely, it's like a home game for him. But Jars, he made some big saves in that second period to keep this thing moving the right direction.
A one-goal hockey game. We'll see what the next 20 minutes has in store for us. When we return, Josh gets off. Colby Armstrong and Haley Hunter will have the third period between the Penguins and the Canadiens, and you'll see it right here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
PMC Health Plan, the official health plan of Pittsburgh hockey coverage on SNP. By Bobby Rahal Volvo Cars, with 2 convenient locations in Pittsburgh's North and South Hills. And by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Welcome you back to Montreal, Quebec, where the Penguins kick off this mini 2-game Canadian road trip in Montreal tonight, in Ottawa on Saturday, getting set for third period action, where the Pens are in front of the Canadians by a score of 3-2. That's thanks to 2 goals from Bryan Rust, but he's done a lot more beyond finding the back of the net tonight, Army.
Yeah, he's in double digits, goals 10 and 11, but we got to see the versatility of Bryan Rust and what he does so well in this Penguins lineup, and really through his career here with the Penguins. That's on the penalty kill. We know he's so good. That's how he broke into the league, killing penalties, making things happen here, just eating up that clock, beating guys to puck. And really, it's with his legs. Look at this play, the pass from Sid, the little open up the hips, how's she going? He was below the goal line there. As he walks around Matheson, his feet touch down below, and then he gets back up and around to that back post. And then this execution on this play by the top line. The top line really, too, is getting it done. Bryan Rust on the receiving end with a couple goals. 4 goals now in his last 5 games played. 4 goals and counting, that is. 2 assists for Sidney Crosby. A nice power play goal for Raquel. The top line is feeling it.
Take a look at that. Sidney Crosby, we mentioned what he did as far as passing Gordie Howe now for 5th most assists with one team in NHL history. This is a multi-point effort. He's tied with his idol, Steve Yzerman.
Yeah. He's got Mario at his sights.
Does he ever? It's incredible. I mean, we say it a lot. I know when we talked to Mike Sullivan about it, Army, he said so often, you almost run out of adjectives. You do, but it doesn't mean you can't appreciate what this guy is continuing to do and the names that he belongs with and is now grouped with in seemingly every statistical category of significance in the NHL's history.
Yeah, that's what, you know, the last few years of being around the Penguins, watching Sid, and as some of these milestones have started to tick off, I'm just like looking at those lists going, wow, kidding me. And that's where he is now, and this is 20th season. 20th season, yeah, that's right, 20th season in the NHL.
He and the Penguins begin this third period up a goal as the puck hops out of play 7 seconds in. Look at Sidney Crosby there. Another couple of points for him against Montreal, up to 68 points in this his 52nd career game against the Habs. And you brought up a good point off the top, Army, that he'll be in this building, not again with the Penguins this season, but again with Team Canada in the Four Nations face-off come February.
And he's just getting his magic warmed up before he dons that Canadian national team uniform. And we'll start here and head to Boston after. So I'm looking forward to that as Sid's down now, tied up with Suzuki. Moving slowly right now.
He's making his way over to the Penguins bench as Caulfield maneuvers through center. In he comes. Cole Caulfield's wrister is shouldered aside by Jarry. Hudson feeds it across. One-timer kicked out by Jarry off the stick of Jack Guy. Malkin sends it to Letang. Right back to Malkin. Here's Letang. Takes the pass, carries on in. Drifting, wristing, blocked aside by Montembeault. Bunting's follow-up off the outside of the net. Carlson sweeps it deeper. Letang right after it. He's all over the place, finding Malkin. Makes its way across to Carlson, looking in front. The redirect is stopped by Montembeault. Malkin tripped up on his way to the net, and great work from the Penguins has generated a power play opportunity here early in the third.
Anderson looks like he'll have that penalty. Hauled down Malkin, jumping on that rebound.
Number 17 has a 2-minute minor interference.
Interference call. Carlson does such a good job on that little drag, that delayed drag. Waits for guys to move out of certain lanes and just hangs on to do it last possible second. Here's what I was talking about with Sid that was down just before that. Look at that stick. And Suzuki didn't see him coming at all, as they kind of turned into each other, and that stick went right up inside of his visor. Look at it hanging out of his head there. They had him up moving slow. He's out there now for this power play, though.
This Penguins power play has struck once tonight on their only other opportunity. That was Rickard Rakell's goal that tied the game back in the first. Here's Crosby looking in front. It's taken away by Evans. He'll move up ice shorthanded. Canadian PK ranked 8th in the league. It is a strong suit for them as Matheson overskates the puck. And Guhle will put it back towards Matheson, who lost it by his own bench. Grzelcyk hit by Evans as Matt Grzelcyk comes back into his own zone on this UPMC Health Plan power play. Another minute 20 to go for the Penguins. Philip Tomasino wheels his way in. Crosby into the slot for Bunting. Up top, Grzelcyk right over to Letang. He'll step towards the net. Across to Crosby. Fields it off the half wall. Swoops back to the point. Winds and blasts. That's blocked by Dvorak and way sky high out of play.
Well, fans called. They wanted a penalty call on the Penguins getting into the zone. And take a look at it here, top right there. Matheson just gets their feet tied up with Bunting at that blue line. You better look at it here. Looked like, it's crazy to say, Matheson looked like he knew he was kind of there, trying to maybe get a piece of him a little bit. Didn't get the refs.
There's Suzuki shorthanded. Jack Guy's going to join him as Suzuki plays it deep. Erik Karlsson back ahead for Evgeny Malkin. Still 45 seconds on this power play for the Penguins. An opportunity really here to put some distance between them and the Canadiens in the early stages of this third period. Bryan Rust, one away from the hat trick. Here's Karlsson to Rust down low. Tomasino in front, couldn't find glass. It's controlled by Suzuki. He'll move up ice with Dvorak, who knocked away from him by Malkin. 20 seconds of the power play. Suzuki steals it from Karlsson. It's Matheson back in his own zone. And he'll lift that the full 200 feet in on Jari, who plays it to Pettersson. Evans right there on top of him. It comes up the wall for Lizotte, chopped out the center. Final seconds of this power play for Pittsburgh as Acciari rumbles in to the net, and it's flipped wide.
Acciari maybe could have took an extra step a la Bryan Rust on that play and got to that post.
Back to 5-on-5. Evans right back in atop the crease. And Jari didn't have to make a save. No shots for the Penguins on that power play. As a huge chance to add to their lead goes by the wayside. Anderson back in the ice now as his wrist shot is blocked on its way to the net. It's picked up by Lizotte. Chance to move up ice 3-on-2 for the Pens if they hurry. Acciari has it knocked off his stick by Jack-Eye. There's Caden Guhle coming back out of his own end. One of his 2 goals this year came against the Pens as Alex Newhook steers it deeper into Pittsburgh ice. Line A. Pushed by Pickering. Doc. Pass knocked down by O'Connor, wristed by Struble, found by Newhook. Twirled deeper after it's Pickering, couldn't get a stick on it. Doc does, back to the point. Barron couldn't get it past Beauvillier. It skips to Newhook. He's laid out by Cody Glass.
There's one of the biggest hits of the game. Cody Glass getting in on the action.
Grzelcyk out-muscles Newhook, who's right behind him still as he chops it along for Graves. Up out the center, it pinballs to Crosby, accelerates over the Canadiens line. Drops it back to Rust. Carrying deeper in front, Rakell scores! These 3 are completely dialed in tonight. Incredible passing again, and this time it's Rickard Rakell atop the crease. And the Penguins have a 4-2 lead.
Wow. What a finish in tight by Rakell, but this play all starts on their own end eventually to Sid. Gets the puck here coming through this neutral zone. Great little drop pass off the boards, and then 2 players just lose track. That's Line A. He was on Rakell, lost Rakell, and 2 players. Hudson had Rakell. Line A said, I got him. Just a mix-up in and around the net, but some great execution by those 3 on that top line, and they're really doing some damage here tonight in Montreal at the Bell Center.
Really good save there by Jari, as you were talking, Army, as you get another look at the latest Penguins goal.
And Rust draws 2 guys to him off that little drop pass. Some breakdown and confusion. It was funny this morning, Marty St. Louis was talking about the ability to control games and sense when something breaks down and when to attack and how long you have before other teams defensively can figure it out. And you've seen a good example of what can happen and what that attack and taking advantage of those moments looks like. And here they go again.
Here's Crosby, 3 points on the night, dancing his way in. Carlson comes right to the net, across for Rakell. Pivots away from Suzuki, off the outside of the net by Crosby. Rakell gets it back. Rust takes it down low. Pettersson over to Carlson. His snapshot blocked on its way to the net. Rakell trying to get to it. Hudson turns it over to Crosby, who is feeling it. Sidney Crosby down low. Center's in front, hopped away from Tomasino out to center.
Yeah, I thought it a little bit challenging through the first little part of this game. Maybe the first period for them, for that line. The execution now is on point, like on the same page. The way they're making things happen. Confidence comes with that, with the production they're having here, but they're having a night.
Loose puck behind the Penguin net. As Pickering took a stick up high. And I think we're going to get a penalty. Yeah, high sticking is the call. Christian Dvorak.
It was a weird play. It looked like it might have been icing.
Yeah.
Jari was like, uh-oh, it's not icing. I'm going to play this. And Montreal ends up shorthanded here. Anderson.
Montreal, number 17, has a 2-minute minor for high sticking.
So back-to-back penalties from Josh Anderson. Penguins back to the power play.
Puck was tied up. It looked like in Jari's feet a little bit. He was going to play it, and just coming off. Pickering kind of pushes his left shoulder of Anderson, and then trying to shrug off Pickering. He body turns and kind of baseball bat hits him in the head with his stick. Pickering says, "I'm okay." Someone asks him on the bench, nods his head.
So a Penguin power play here. Third of the game and second in this third period. Canadians playing deep. Tristan Jarry will settle it behind his own net. Gives it off to Brian Rust, working on a three-point night. As Erik Karlsson flies up ahead, drops it for Phil Tomasino. Malkin takes it, chips it deeper. 3 Penguins converge in that corner, but the Canadians come away with the puck. It's Evans moving forward, and joining him up ice is Gooley with Armia. Here's Evans carrying in, swoops behind the net. Pass picked off by Rust, who leaves it smartly for Tomasino. He flies forward, back towards Rust. Cross ice feed, glass, back door! Tomasino got thwarted at the post by Gooley.
Well, as a righty, he tried to get that to his backhand out in front. He kind of collected it right on the goal line. Too bad of an angle just to one-touch that thing in. Some nice passing. And that almost goal opportunity.
Bunting wheels it around. Still 50 seconds on the power play. Letang over to Grzelcyk. Right back to Chris Letang. He opens up. Matt Grzelcyk takes it. Again on Letang's stick. Bunting behind the net. Rakell shovels it up the wall towards Crosby. Passes for Grzelcyk. Dishes to Crosby. Moves on in. Wrist shot. Blocked aside by Montembeault. Rakell retrieval. Grzelcyk's got it. Letang over to Rakell. 28 seconds on the power play as Rakell goes across. Bunting off the post. Rakell's got it again. Puck's a magnet for him right now. Gives it to Letang. Down low. Rakell skate the stick. Chris Letang, 13 seconds of the power play. Bunting back to Letang. Scores! How about this puck movement tonight from the Penguins, and the Montreal man in his homecoming, Chris Letang, adds to that Pittsburgh lead.
The execution, the puck movement. Once they got it set up, all kinds of trouble for this penalty kill for the Montreal Canadiens. And then just, I don't know if Montembeault was expecting a shot pass or what, but I think Rakell out front got in his eyes just enough that that shot really surprised him. He couldn't see it. You'd think low percentage shot possibly from where he ripped that thing, but when the goalie can't see it, your odds go way up. They were tic-tac-toeing it around. Bunting hit the post. Chris Letang, a goal and an assist here tonight. Alex will be happy, his son, breaking down that game tape.
Yeah, Alex might be coming with us to Ottawa. Based on some of the superstitions of this locker room. Here's Achari carrying deeper. And the Canadians rip it out through center. Emil Heineman pumps it down to the Penguin zone. Marcus Pettersson to it there. Blake Lizotte carries forward. Lane Hudson moves forward for the Canadians. Off to Heineman, hopped over his stick. O'Connor's got a chance. Coming on in, the centering pass knocked down by Struble. It's Glass. Turning, wristing, wide, poked by Beauvillier in! They score! Anthony Beauvillier chips it past Montembeault. And the Penguins add another. This onslaught in the third continues. It's 6-2 Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're just taking over the game here. Offensive zone play. And they're buzzing. O'Connor takes this puck in. They break it up. Look at Cody Glass kind of slow this thing down. This is Heineman on his back. He just says, okay, I'm going to hang on to it. He just takes control, eventually walking to the middle, throwing it at the net. Beauvillier just with a one-handed poke, and that'll do it for Montembeault.
6 goals against on 26 shots for Samuel Montembeault. He's going to be replaced by Caden Primo. And the Penguins have just cranked it up to another gear here in the first half of this third period. 3 goals in the first 8:41 of the third, and they now have made a 3-2 advantage, a 6-2 lead here in Montreal. Canadians back in their own zone. Caulfield up ahead for Slavkovsky. You mentioned the fragile nature of the Canadians, Army. I mean, this is a team that, yes, they have their flaws, but coming into tonight, they had to be feeling pretty good overall. Having won 3 of their last 4. They beat the Ducks here on Monday night in a shootout. They scored the first goal here tonight. The Penguins have taken control of this game.
Well, they're going to get a chance here on the power play to chip away. Well, yeah, you're right. They were in an okay spot. Really getting that first goal, as you mentioned, and 3-2 coming into this period, but the Penguins have just kicked the door in, and they went to work. 3-2 to start the period. A goal by Raquel. Letang on the power play. And Beauvillier, 6-2, Pens in the third.
Cody Glass, Army.
Yeah, he had enough. Alex Newhook take a seat. He ended that little offensive zone play. You know, the score was 3-2 at that time. You hear that banging around? That's a Penguins bench. Wake up, boys. And they did. What a hit by Glass. We've seen some great execution on these Penguin goals as well. Either individual or as a five-man unit, creating some of these goals. Right now, they're going to have to get a kill here.
Canadians back to the power play. Ryan Graves in the box for tripping. Get a look at the Edgar Snyder Associates hit tracker on your screen, as Blake Lizotte will track it down and send that all the way down the ice. Caden Primo gets his first touch of the night, replaced Samuel Montembeault here in the third. Montembeault's night has finished 6 goals against on 26 shots as Primo enters the 25-year-old 2-3-1 for the Canadians. He'll look on with his team in the attacking zone. Here's Matheson for Laine. Cross-ice pass read by Acciari. Has he ever been good on the kill tonight? Noel Acciari.
Yeah, getting in the way, doing the stuff that he does well. Getting in the way, sticks in the right spot, running into guys, causing havoc, breaking up plays.
Suzuki passing for Laine, dishes deeper to Nick Suzuki. And Matheson couldn't keep it in as it comes out to the neutral zone. Past the midway point of this third period. Crowd getting restless here inside Bell Center. This is the end of a season-long 5-game homestand tonight for Montreal. They've won 3 of the first 4 in this building. They'll be in Winnipeg on Saturday night. Penguins, of course, travel to Ottawa. They'll be taking the train tomorrow to go to Ottawa, which should be a fun experience here in Canada.
Yeah, all aboard.
Did you bring your conductor hat?
I don't know that. Oh.
Here's Hudson moving on in. His shot blocked by Grzelcyk, who closed nicely. Back to the point, Kirby Dach. Moves away from Drew O'Connor. It's Dach up top for Hudson. Slides it over to Newhook. Right back to Hudson. Dach's got it again in the slot. Heineman had his stick lifted by O'Connor. And it's poked to center by Lizotte. No shots for the Canadians on that power play. That right there, Army, shows a Penguins team that's pretty dialed in right now.
And the penalty kill's done a great job here tonight. Big factor in that second period. And then you'd think maybe, oh, there'll be a lull here. They're up a little bit in the score. That penalty kill comes out and gets the Bluebirds out a little bit here in Montreal for that power play.
There's Crosby, his shot off Primo, rebound off the post. Rakell to Rust, he scores! Throw the chapeau for Brian Rust, the hat-trick goal. And the Penguins put up a 7 spot here in Montreal.
Holy. There's toques flying on the ice here. That's a winter hat, Canadian. Flying down for Brian Rust. That guy's loving it. Crosby had a couple cracks at it, but we'll get a look at the full night. All 3 for Brian Rust. Crosby to Rust, a little how's she going? He walks this one all the way around, and that got the party started really with this line. They really started going. Look at this execution. Tic-tac-toe. Brian Rust from the goal line finds another one, and then Crosby goes to work here. 1-on-3, gets a shot, gets his own rebound, and then when it's your night, it's your night. Montreal clears that puck right onto the stick of Brian Rust with a wide open net. 3 goals. 10, 11, and 12 now on the season, and 5 goals in his last 5 games. I said 4 goals and counting. He wasn't done here in this third period. Tacks on another one.
6th career hat trick for Brian Rust. Played ahead for Armia, comes in on the attack. Malkin right back on the forecheck, takes it away. Joel Armia lost it. Carlson plays it deeper. Around it comes Anderson, out with it, and he flicked it wide. Armia right over to Jack Guy. He'll step in, fan on the shot. Evans back towards Jack-Eye. That hops out the center, and the defenseman for Montreal regroups. Both groups changing in front of him as Arber Jack-Eye backpedals deeper. Penguins have struck 4 times here in this third period as in comes Caulfield. Swoops behind the net. His pass picked off. Glass was there. He has another point tonight. Letang turns it over. Suzuki. Slavkovsky couldn't handle it. O'Connor taps it to center. Struble now finds Barron, and he'll rip it down ice. Suzuki guides it along where it's picked off by O'Connor. Hit by Caulfield. Stolen by Caulfield. And he takes it deeper. Fans on the shot. Caulfield gets it back. He finds Barron. Moving on in. Over to Struble. He'll look to shoot. It's blocked on its way to the net. Slavkovsky in front. Shooting with Suzuki. Missed the cage.
Reaction by Letang. He picked that out of midair and just started the breakout.
Tick down to 6 minutes to go here in Montreal. The Penguins well on their way to a big response after a setback on Tuesday night against the Colorado Avalanche. They're in front 7-2. Here's Dvorak. In the slot, Anderson's backhander, a riser over Jari's shoulder and wide. Lizotte turns it back up ice, 3-on-2 for the Pens. Here's Blake Lizotte trying to settle it. Grzelcyk in front, they score! Matt Nieto, how do you do? First goal in 405 days for Matt Nieto. And the Penguins are up 8-2. What a night!
What execution. Montreal got caught 3 guys down below, and Josh Anderson at the top of your screen, he's trying to come back. He's trying to close that space. Well, there's still too much space there. Tic-tac-toe. They work it east to west, the full length of the zone. What a pretty goal off the rush and executing that. Lizotte to Grzelcyk to Nieto right on the tape. Primo in this game now for Montembeault. And to go a long distance and follow those passes. Just enough to open up the 5-hole. Nieto made a nice touch to get his first here of the season and first and four. How many?
405 days.
Wow. Coming back off that injury and rehabbing, and that's got to feel good for Matt Nieto.
Yeah, you got to go back to November the 4th of 2023 for Matt Nieto, as Bunting is sprung back in. Tomasino to the net, kicked out by Primo.
What a play by Bunting there. Middle of the ice, all kinds of time, just holds it, pulls guys to him. Dumps that off to Tomasino for a great opportunity.
Carlson couldn't come up with it. Evans does. Pass intercepted by Bunting. Tomasino back ahead, will scoop it deep. Well, this tonight's the 227th all-time regular season meeting between the Penguins and Montreal Canadiens. The 8 goals the Penguins have scored is their most head-to-head against Montreal ever.
Yeah, tonight. I think it was because we ate hot dogs at intermission there.
I'm already thinking about how we're going to have to pay the good people of Montreal to send us a few of those Lafleur wrappers and hot dogs. They are tasty.
Yeah, it's a ritual. We got to start doing it every game.
You know what, Army? It was 1-1 when we did it. Not saying, I'm just saying. All due credit, of course, to the Penguins, who have really turned things up a notch. They didn't sit back going into this period up 3-2. That's what it was coming into this period.
Yeah, in a game they wanted to bounce back, they give up their early goal. And we see them stick with it. There was a time there, end of the first, and start of the second period with the penalty kill. We're able to get through that. And Tristan Jarry's had to make some big saves on partial breakaways, different spots, to give the Penguins a chance to get their legs under them and blow this game open. The execution tonight has been crazy.
Yeah, passing has just been so crisp, particularly on some of these goals recently. Nieto off the turnover. His shot blocked. Tried to get it back. Hey, when you score, if you're Matt Nieto, why not? Try to find another here. Gets back in this Penguins lineup tonight after 3 games as a healthy scratch and part of an 8-goal attack for Pittsburgh here in Montreal. Erik Karlsson shockingly does not have a point tonight as Drew O'Connor comes on in. Cody Glass back down low. You think with 2 power play goals and 8 goals total that Erik Karlsson would have found his way on the score sheet. Is not the case, and I mean that not necessarily as a bad thing. It's another display of all the factors in this win for the Penguins.
Yeah, they got a lot going on. 3-game point streak for Karlsson coming into tonight too. Tang's done some work from the back end. Grzelcyk has been involved offensively, creating.
So is the guy that just had the puck on his stick, Anthony Beauvillier, with his 8th goal of the season here tonight. Here's Letang. Turns it over. Laine putting it back in front. Stick the side by Jarry. Jarry charges back up ice. Lizotte with him. Oh, look who takes a spill. Struble. It's Acciari in on goal by himself. Bounces up in the air and in. Noel Acciari gets in on the party. He's off the schneid, his first point in 15 games. And the Penguins go up 9-2.
That didn't look like much until Struble blew a wheel. Right here, just that blue line. The blue line jumped up and got him. It's not the first, he won't be the last, but great job by Acciari to recognize that here. He goes, okay, I still got it. I'll hang on to it. I got lots of time, lots of time. Laine and Xhekaj just standing at the net as that thing just found its way up and over. And there's another, tack on another to that record. Now 9 goals.
That 9 goals this year is the single season game high for the Penguins across the league, as we get a video now from Rivers Casino. No team has scored 9 goals in a game yet this year until tonight.
Well, the Penguins so far have held Montreal as they've taken over this period and blew the game open. But just 6 shots on goal for Montreal in this 3rd period. 6 shots on goal in the 1st period as well. So the Penguins on the defensive zone, limiting opportunities, and
it's a great point.
Chances, and you know, we talked a lot about having to have that rebound and how would they react, how would they bounce back here. Lost the game to the Rangers. They came out with one of the best performances of the year against Toronto as a group, and dropped one to the Avalanche, and the team in Montreal sitting in front of you, and they came out and took care of business.
O'Connor forces a turnover. His shot blocked by Anderson, gets it back and puts it off the outside of the net. Then back to Pettersson. Grzelcyk snapping it, blocked. Right back to Grzelcyk. And the Penguins have now won 6 of 8 and have swept the regular season series emphatically from Montreal as they down the Canadiens by a final score of 9-2 here tonight at Bell Center.
Dan Potash is going to be busy doing all the highlights on this one in the post-game show. There's Brian Rust smiling. That top line was going, they were rolling.
And an important night as far as a milestone for the big 3 of Evgeny Malkin, Sidney Crosby, and Chris Letang. Their 800th regular season game, all in the lineup together. And it's historic in the sense of the first 9-goal output for a team this year. Pennsylvania West University educating you. The
Handshakes
Penguins
all around.
get a big win. Mr. Montreal, Chris Letang, he's leaving happy here tonight. The whole crew is. 9-2 the final.
something else what he did, and this is his first one, and you think that's going to get you going. Look at that celebration. He was loving it. Individual effort just to tangle Matheson and make things happen, and then a pretty work as this line went to work. 11 combined points. 4 points for Russ, 3 goals and an assist, and that was the hat-trick goal. Right on his stick. He looks around like, are you kidding me? Throw your hat, young man. You're in Montreal. You're having the time of your life, and he's having the time of his life. What a night for Bryan Rust.
6th career hat trick for Bryan Rust for the Penguins. It's a big 2 points on the road in Montreal. This was a 1-goal game going into the 3rd. Then they exploded. 9-2 final. We're back with more after this.
Nothing feels as good as driving a new Hyundai.
Well, lots of happy humans here in Montreal, Quebec, as the Penguins congratulate Tristan Jarry after a 9-2 win over the Montreal Canadiens. They have now swept the regular season series from the Habs for the 2nd straight season. They do so emphatically here tonight, Army, and just, you know, I actually kind of feel bad for Dan in a way. He hopefully drank a lot of water during that 3rd period because he's got a lot of highlights to read. That was an explosion there by the Pens.
Yeah, lots of breakdown for Rupper and Jay, and the telestrator will be catching on fire. He'll be going to work. There were some executed plays and passes out there tonight in especially in this 3rd period. 6 goals in the 3rd period. That top line really got things going. 11 combined points and so much to like, right? You want to bounce back off of a loss. Well, they did so here. 3-2, giving up the first goal to start. 3-2 going into the 3rd. And then absolutely blowing this game open. And on top of it, power play, got a couple there. and they were perfect on the penalty kill. So lots to like, lots to show, lots to talk about, and some big nights by certain individuals, including Brian Rust. Lots of happy faces, lots of people without hats here in Montreal too. 3 goals for Rust tonight.
Yeah, and it's cold. I mean, I think you would know that, Dan, if you kind of had to factor in a hat in a situation like this. But as far as this Penguins team is concerned, I think you really like what you saw tonight from Tristan Jarry and everyone else, right? This is from the goalie on out. He makes some good saves. Then you get 9 goals in a 9-2 win.
Absolutely, yeah. And guys stepping up, right? There was a sense of urgency. Big hit by Cody Glass, defending really well, limiting shots, especially in that third period as they started to blow this game open, not letting them back in the game. So they did a lot of really good things tonight. And, man, I was dazzled by some of the execution and plays that they made.
Yeah, a lot to build off of and a lot to talk about, Dan. Good luck.
Hey, I'm kind of. Was that a bald joke? I didn't find it funny about hats. I'm just saying.
That's okay.
Like, you're in a different country right now, and you're running your mouth up there in Canada. Josh, what's going on right now?
Rupper, I always make sure I'm nowhere near you when I say stuff like that.
Hey, I do want to ask Cole. Hey, Army, I want to ask: Have you ever put up a 9 spot in Montreal? And if so, how many hot dogs you putting down on a night like that? That's just party time down in the locker room, right?
Yeah, that's boxes of hot dogs down in the locker room, Rupper. You know that. And the quicker you get your gear off, sometimes half gear, and you lay into those boxes of hot dogs, those will be gone in a second down there after a win like that.
It's a good night.
Yep. Absolutely.
Followed by boxes of Tums. Gentlemen, good night. We'll see you in Ottawa on Saturday. Guys, let's talk about how this game started. Remember, Montreal out to the 1-0 lead on their first shot of the game early. And then, well, the rest was history.
About it. It's amazing how many times that's come up, but they bounced back from there. Jarry was really good. I mean, really, they had great opportunities in Montreal through that next 40 minutes, and one more got by him, and then he just settled it down, and then the team took over. We saw the first line. Some of the plays, though, you heard Colby just mention it, truly. Russ with the take wide on Matheson, then the feed by Raquel and the finish, and then they just snowballed them. So, to me, great way to get it going. We talked about it, and Mike said we had the 10-game segment. It's a really good way to get it going. You're off to a great start, but they dominated that third period. I haven't heard the Boo Birds in Montreal like we were hearing right there.
Yeah, and it's clearly not a good game for the Montreal Canadiens. And the fans, I mean, they're at the bottom of the league here, where you're looking and you're wanting them, as far as Canadiens, to take a step. And this was a pretty big statement game, I thought, here by the Penguins. But to your point, we'll dive into it more. Tons of highlights to get to, great goals, but the little things. The Pens did the little things at the littlest moments of the game that set them up for a big win.
Rupper stole my thunder. When we return, plenty of highlights, post-game reaction, analysis, and much more to talk about the first team to score 9 goals in a game this season, the Pittsburgh Penguins. That and much more coming your way next on Penguins Overtime Live and Penguins Post-Game Final.
Doors can take us.
Entering tonight, no team had scored 9 goals in one game this season. They have now. The Penguins break open a 3-2 game in the third period with a 6-pack and cruise to a 9-2 victory on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Oh, good evening, and welcome to Penguins Overtime Live alongside Jake Huffield and Mike Rupp on Fan Procash. Penguins historian Bob Grove just tweeting this out. Tonight, the Penguins have scored the most goals in a period ever against the Montreal Canadiens, and that's a lot of time against the Montreal Canadiens. So let's start with that third period where the Penguins really blew things open.
Yeah, it's kind of a blur. Honestly, you're watching the game, you know it's tight, it's close, and anything can go any which way. But truly, I think we talked in between the second and third about, who can you count on, who can you rely on, and it's going to be your top players. And certainly, again, the Brian Rust game, and you see Crosby to work, and what that leads to. Look at that. I think we said one backhand pass to another. A little indirect play off the wall to Brian Rust, a backhand feed to Raquel, and they finish it off. And this is just taking advantage of what they're giving you. Back and forth between Bunting and Letang, Mike. They were just playing with him as this game went on.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that it was the top line was incredible. Yeah. I thought they were fantastic. But then you start seeing the rest of the team kind of picking up that too and just crashing the net, doing all the little things. You're starting to feel it. And you need nights like this sometimes. You need a guy like Noel Acciari coming in here and been bearing the goal, getting a nice little bounce there. I mean, these are all good moments where, yes, the win, the W was in the bag, but also let's start feeling good about ourselves and everybody's starting to feel the scoring, the good feelings that come with scoring goals. I think that that's something that can bleed into the next game. So this was a big third period.
Tonight's driving force of the game presented by Harry S. Cohen and Associates, Brian Rust, who gets his 10th, 11th, and 12th goals of the season. That's also known as a hat trick.
Well, we showed the first one to me, the power move that he makes. Great play at the line. I said also product of, you see Matheson was on the offside, and he took full advantage of it. Like, we've seen him do this against forwards who are on the blue line. We've seen him do it against just defensemen. Here he knew Mike Matheson was a lefty playing the right side, and that little move is outstanding. Then you just get to work. That play right there, that's a highlight reel goal that's truly the backhand feed by Raquel to Russ. And then the one time it, the way he did, again, just a great finish in this one. You'll take a little luck, right? I mean, I think Montreal didn't know what to do right there. They just spun him, whipped it right back to him, so he buried it for his hat trick.
Yeah, I mean, he was all over the place, and it starts with that power move. And that's one thing I think guys in the league, right? Brian Rust's been around a long time, but I still feel like sometimes even a former teammate like Matheson on that one, I think he's really powerful. Like he can drop that shoulder, drop that knee and those hips and go to the net, and you can't really do anything about it, and he showed it right there, but he didn't stop with that one. I mean, this was a big time performance for Rusty, and again, I'll go back to it. I think it was a big bounce back from the last game. He left me kind of wondering if he was all right at the last game against Colorado. Well, he emphatically answered that one in this game.
And I think the way Mike, I haven't seen Mike Matheson get twisted up like that. I mean, again, I'm going to say, playing your offside can be difficult to give him moments. That's one of them, right? We talked at the offensive blue line coming back in. Mike Matheson, we talked about it. Probably one of the best skaters in the game, and he twisted him right up, and he made it look easy.
All right, let's take you back to Montreal, where Haley Hunter is standing by with number 17.
Dan, thank you. A 6th career hat trick for Brian Rust. And Rusty, your line's chemistry was exceptional tonight. How were you, Sid, and Rax able to connect as well as you guys did?
We were all working for each other. I think we were all on the same page tonight. And when that happens, especially with Sid out there, usually pucks go in the net.
The penalty kill, of course, had to come up big early in that second period. 4 for 4 tonight against a power play in Montreal that's been really solid as of late. How was that group able to connect as well as they did and shut them down?
They were huge. Thought we were on our toes, in their face, blocked a couple really big shots, and I thought, we got the job done well. Just
how good does this hat trick feel? This is the first hat trick that we've seen all season for a Penguin. I know it's the first one you've had in a couple of years as well.
It's obviously always really cool. Sometimes the puck just finds you like it did on that third goal, and hockey gods are a funny thing.
Just like yourself, Chris Letang now, he's got 8 points in his last 6 games. Big on the PK, big on the power play. How nice is it to see a guy like him get going now?
He's obviously a guy who's a huge part of this team, and to see him playing as well as he is, it's huge for us moving forward.
Well, not just 1, but 3 goals tonight, so you know what that means, Pens fans?
A lot of Rusty shakes.
A lot of half-off Rusty shakes. Thanks, Rusty.
Thank you.
Dan, back to you in the studio. Great way to start off your weekend with a Rusty shake.
What does this turn into, the Food Network? Hot dogs trusty shakes.
Sounds pretty
My
good.
goodness.
I
No
like
one's
that.
going to be able to button up their coat when we're done. Tonight's Levin's leaders, Penguins hat tricks in Montreal. Once again, Brian Rust with the HT tonight. Have not seen one since Jaromir Jagr back in December of 2000, Jay.
Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal, really. I mean, it's always been a problem. Something going up to Montreal through all the years, always been a difficult, a lot of distractions up there for the star players especially, and kind of wild, but it's a great number. And honestly, he did it in great fashion because two of them were just phenomenal plays. So very nice.
Well, if we're going to talk about offense, we can't just talk about Brian Rust. Ricard Raquel, who has led the team in goals for most of the season, if not all of the season, once again with a couple more tonight.
Yeah, I know in this season, and we're still trying to see where this team goes from here. I really like Ricard Raquel's season he's having, and he's gotten production here. He's been more of a staple up on that top line. I love his physicality he's bringing, and he's probably one of the more physical forwards on the Penguins. And these are little things that the touch, being able to just play with the big dogs, his passes. I mean, his pass coming up in this game is absolutely incredible. But just getting to the right areas of the ice, and this is a big game for him as well. And see where it goes from here. I mean, that's kind of what we're saying about everybody on this team right now. Is this is one of those games where you just seem like you got a little more hop in your step tomorrow, and see how that translates against Ottawa.
All right, let's bring you tonight's Liberty Mutual Insurance crease coverage. And, of course, if you're in the crease, we're talking about Tristan Jarry, who really needed to get back in the win column after a tough loss the other night, which ended his 4-game winning streak. He stops 21 of 23 shots and gets the W.
Yeah, I think a big part, he gave up the first goal, which you said, it's kind of a wild stat if you look at the numbers and how often that's happened against him and the Penguins. And but they gave up a 2-on-1 break early, and they get it by him. Suzuki does. But then he's got to be really good. I mean, he was tested, and they were going high on him. They had opportunities just like that, a couple clear breaks, if you will. And he was on top of his game there. And we saw they got one late on a great play, a one-timer by Armia. But the fact of the matter, Mike, it's a good rebound game for him. They need him to, look, I said before, you don't have to, for this team, you don't have to be outstanding to the point. Just be steady, like a solid, great evening where you don't let soft goals in, that you steal a few if you have to, but do what's expected of you as a goaltender. I thought he was over and above that tonight because I thought a couple of the opportunities they had were very good with their skilled players, and he was good through the first 40 minutes of his game. And then the third period, the Pens took it over, so it just dominated. But he had to be that point to keep it where it was at 3-2.
I'm going to be that guy in a 9-2 win that's going to bring up. They did have some really good quality looks on Tristan Jarry that I'm sure Mike Sullivan probably is not going to bring up to the team right now because you feel like, hey, and that they could have been a little cleaner as far as what they allowed Tristan Jarry to see. And to your point, Jay, he made those saves and he held fort. Stood tall in those moments until the team started kind of getting going. And that's what I love. I love that about the relationship with the team and the goaltender. You got to do pick-me-ups all the time. And that first goal goes in, or first shot, I should say, goes in on Tristan Jarry. And we've seen this year the moments where he may be fragile, the team might be fragile. Not only did he respond, and you got to give him ups for that, the team did as well and responded with a goal real quick. The penalty kill, getting it done. Jars, when they have a moment or have some time here for Montreal to get back in the game, makes the saves. That's that yin and yang that you need, and they had it here tonight.
Yeah. So Sully will let them enjoy their Montreal hot dogs tonight. Video session tomorrow.
They have a train ride to
That's right.
Ottawa.
They're taking the choo-choo to Ottawa. All right, still to come on this 9-goal edition of Penguins Overtime Live. We'll take a look at the special teams for the Penguins. Yeah, pretty good as well. And how about Noel Acciari getting on the board? Jay's Telestration and much more when we return to our Sportsnet Pittsburgh studio.
takes the pass, looking for help. Brian Rust comes on in. Moves around Matheson. Wow. Nice move to the net. Rust! Wow, what a goal! Play when they get the first goal and how good they've been as Rust shot scores! Talk about good! That was brilliant! There's Crosby, his shot off Primo. Rebound off the post. Rakell to Rust. He scores!
Brian Rust certainly came to play tonight. It was a good business trip for number 17 as he records a hat trick for the 6th time in his career, helping the Penguins push by the Canadiens in the 3rd period tonight. Good enough to be our baseball card Castle play of the game. Well done, Brian. Here's a look at the game summary for tonight's 9-2 victory by the Penguins, who sweep the season series against the Canadiens. Once again, 33 shots, and the Canadiens had taken a 1-0 lead on their very first shot early in the first period. It was a 3-2 hockey game entering the 3rd, and then the Penguins hit the gas. Let's talk about special teams, because obviously you want to have a good showing on the power play and the PK on any given night, but the Penguins got both here this evening.
I mean, just when you look at the board, 2 for 3 versus 0 for 4. Usually you win the special teams battle. More often than not, you're winning the game. But they did it kind of in. Jarry had to be good. We saw through those early power plays that Montreal had with skilled players. We talked about that in pregame. Yeah, he was on top of it. They were tracking, they were blocking shots, they were getting it down. You know, when they needed it clear, they got it. They made it difficult for them to get inside the zone, but for me, it was things like that. So you pick up momentum when you make the kill, and then on your power play, as we saw, they just kind of were able to take the game over, made the most of whatever opportunity was there, Mike. I mean, it was, you know, they moved it around quickly, they snapped it around, and they found the feed to Rakell, his first of the evening, it was just good work.
Yeah, and the PK, I thought, was very, almost methodical, they're very sure of when they possess the puck, not to just slap it around. And I find that sometimes when you're not confident in those situations, you get an opportunity, you're getting a touch, and you're like just winging it, turning it around, blindly shooting it, and then it ends up staying in the zone, and the power play gets another look. You look on all those clips, just the composure, slow it down, hold on to possession, keep it along the walls. That's the most important thing, and then get your clears when you can. The PK looked really good.
Let's go back to the power play for a second. Remember, that unit went 0 for 4 the other night after getting a couple of goals, and we certainly felt that it was headed in the right direction.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, last night they were Penguins power play, when you're talking about the Penguins power play. Right?
Yes,
so when you go the night that you had against Colorado, it just wasn't there, right? It just wasn't. They didn't feel it to a man. They came out of the game not feeling good about it. The fans weren't happy about the coaching staff. And I think when you come and you know that's happening, you know what the ability's on your power play, then you just start doing the little things. You get zone entries. You get pucks to the net. You get retrievals, and you keep it alive. Then there's just puck movement that Mike Matheson thought he was guarding him, sticks to the inside. And watch that feed right there by Letang. Quick. And Rakell, to what Mike was talking about earlier, great hands around the net. And then, again, now you're looking at this the opportunity here and the movement. Again, this is just taking advantage of just the puck moving back and forth. That's when they were getting. Montreal was reeling on the second one. The first one for me, though, the puck moving quick, a great feed by Letang to Rakell, and they buried it. And they saw something there, and it worked.
And I know that last game was one of them where it didn't come through, and the fans were upset about that in Pittsburgh. But, and you look on those clips, where was Chris Letang on both those, the assist and his goal? He was down pretty darn low on the wall. And generally speaking, Tanger's usually always up top, right? Yeah. He's always in kind of that same area. And the reason why I'm saying that is they're less predictable now. When they went with the big guys, and I understand at some point they're probably going to go back to that, and they probably should go back to that. But I think this is a perfect example of when you are less predictable for the opponent, now you start getting options. There's some guessing going on here. Chris Letang, when he can get lost and get down low, and you can get some movement and guys filling in for one another, now all of a sudden the PK, they don't get to get all the lanes covered. It's almost like I don't know what's going on, and you just shrink in, shrink in, shrink in. Now all of a sudden you can move in closer. You can get your one-timers from better areas of the ice. I think that's an area that when they've kind of changed these PPs, it's given the movement's been better, because it hasn't been, oh, Jay's always there, I'm always here. We got Dan on the power play now. I don't know what the hell he's going to do, so we're gonna keep everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're going to read off each other, but the opponent's not going to be able to make any predictable plays on us.
Yeah, I thought it's the Grizzlick-Letang pair together on that, and it maybe feels more freed up to be able to slide down the wall where he didn't do that before. Grizzlick's been really good. We said that the other night as well. The chemistry between Grizzlick and Letang on the power play unit, and I never thought a 2D on a power play unit would be good, but they've been very good since they've been pieced together in these two different units, and that unit's been the better one. And again, the puck movement between them, and it was true where Letang was out on the feed and his goalie scored almost identical. So again, I think that you have to have chemistry, and I do feel Grizzlick and Letang had that frees up Chris Letang to drop down areas. You can even see him in the pocket.
Yeah.
He slid around and been in the pocket. So, yep.
But the options, too, on the Letang pass, too, you get Letang moving down there. Yep. So, theoretically, Grizzlick can feed that to Letang there for a one-timer. He can get it down there to Letang. Letang can hit Bunting in the bumper spot for a one-timer. Yep. Or he can do that beautiful feed that he had back door. So you have Matheson sitting there. He's keeping his stick to the middle of the ice because that pass might go right from the slot to Michael Bunting. Yep. By doing that, now the passing lane behind him's open. And these are the options. Righty-lefty combos. I think they got something cooking here with that group.
Mike, since you're not sure that we're on the same page, why don't you see me after class?
Hey, we are always on the same page. I know I can give you the puck and you'll make the right play, Dan.
You know more than I. Still to come on Penguins Overtime Live, you're going to hear from Matt Nieto, who scored his first goal of the season. Jay will also illustrate that. Lots of good highlights to show you and much more when we return to our Highmark studio on the North Shore. Penguins Overtime Live is presented by Neighborhood Ford Store, official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And by Baird. Discover the Baird difference. Visit rwbaird.com/Pittsburgh. Early first period, Penguins down 1-0 on the power play. Letang sending a short pass to the front of the net. Ricard Raquel on the quick tap-in ties the game at 1. Midway through the second period, same score, but not for long. Brian Rust brings the puck up the ice. Look at the strong move. Right through the crease and getting his 10th goal of the season. It's 2-1 good guys. A few minutes later, after a face-off win by the Penguins, Raquel makes the nice no-look pass to Rust. He taps it home. It's 3-1 Penguins. Early third period, now 3-2, and this time it's Rust, who will find Rakell as Rakell taps in his second goal of the game and his 13th of the season, 4-2 Penguins. Later in the period, now 6-2, the loose puck will get batted out to Rust, and he will score his third goal of the game, his 6th career hat trick, as the Penguins cruise to a 9-2 victory, taking the season series against the Canadiens. In fact, as you look at your 3 stars, not a surprise, Brian Rust, number 1. The Penguins had combined to score 9 goals in their first 2 games against the Canadiens. They get 9 in a single game tonight, including 2 by Rickard Rakell. Let's hear from the veteran.
Everybody contribute, and from jars to every line, scoring goals, and obviously it's a lot of fun. Everybody loves scoring goals.
Well said. Like Matt Nieto, what he's been through, be able to score tonight.
Oh, awesome! I mean, he's working hard for us every night. I might not show up on the score sheet, but when he scores today, I mean, everybody just gets really happy for him.
I'm sorry, Bernie asked about this, but the power play, it just continues to thrive. What was working for you guys there tonight?
I think we had good puck movement, and then we had interchanging spots, and then we're playing fast, and then ready when the puck comes to us, and hard in puck battles and getting puck backs, which everybody's trying to be a threat on those.
How did you find Rusty on that no-look pass? That was pretty crazy to watch.
I saw him in the corner before I went to turn, and then, he did a great job putting the puck in. He didn't have the best angle on it, so obviously very happy to see it go in.
All right, so Brian Rust gets the hat trick. Rickard Rakell gets 2 goals. We cannot forget about the efforts of Matt Nieto, who gets his first goal of the season.
Yeah,
Thus a closer look.
Dates, how many days he's been through a lot injury-wise? Yeah, I mean, look. As a player like that, you know what's even great is reaction. He knows it's the 9th goal of the night, and he just, for him, we're just happy for him. We're going to take a peek at this, and you look at the work though. It's the same kind of thing. First of all, Anderson's here and going to get an opportunity, and you'll see Jari come out a little bit, just challenged, misses wide. Now, as soon as it misses, you can see now you're in transition. There goes Lizotte. There's Nieto jumping up, and right here is the weak side D. Right, so for me, Grzelcyk really helps. It really makes this as well. So there's Lizotte pulling it off the wall. Nieto, and as I said, Grzelcyk coming up makes it a 3-on-2 with back pressure. Like right here, you're going to see Anderson right now coming into play. Anderson's got to get back. What you got to look for, and you can see it right now. You know Nieto is going to put his head down right here, and he's going to center drive. And what happens is not one of the D, nobody accepts the speed of the defenseman. They just let him go right clean through. But Anderson is too far away to pick up this seam pass. Watch it, and they're trying to settle down because it's rolling on Lizotte right now. But once this comes across, there's Nieto, there's the seam pass right there. And what really makes it, again, as I said, nobody picked up Nieto. No defenseman took him, didn't accept his speed, eliminate him, and get rid of his stick. This feed by Grzelcyk is outstanding too because it's on his tape and it's released right there. There's Nieto going to the net, 5-hole. Great one for him right there. You see it down low. There's a transition. Now look how it goes the other way. There's Lizotte picking up off the wall. 2D backing up with back pressure and Anderson. Too far away. So the key is going to be center drive, and it opens up that seam pass, as we said, right here. Once he gets through, there's the seam. You can see Anderson can't get back quick enough. And then look at now Nieto turns. Nobody gets him. Nobody takes his body. Doesn't get his stick. It's like Montreal packed it in right there, Mike.
Can you bring that back a little bit?
Yeah.
We're just on this angle even.
Yeah.
If you bring that back just when Lizotte gets us, and Jay, you and I were joking around about it. Keep going until they show Lizotte get it when it down in the zone. This puck is rolling the entire way up the ice. It started rolling at the top of the circle in the far zone. That's so frustrating for forward. You can see him trying to settle it down, just hung with it. And he made a fantastic feed across, which ends up being flat. But I just give him a lot of credit there. Just you're going up ice and you're trying to settle it, You got to freeze the pucks in Montreal. Come on, this is supposed to be like the center of hockey, and these pucks aren't even frozen.
He battled, he knocked it down. But Nieto, as Mike and I were upstairs talking, for any player that's gone through anything and injuries and you're battling back, he gets in the lineup here tonight and gets his first of the year.
Yes. Let's hear from Matt Nieto back in Montreal.
Chris was just saying how nice it is to see you finally, break through there after considering the last year you've had. So just how good for yourself did it feel?
Yeah, it felt really good. I think it's been over a year since I've scored a goal, so definitely a good feeling. And it's awesome that the guys are happy for me. It was just a great play all around too on the goal, so I'm pretty thrilled about it.
How fun was it to see the team just totally take things over in the third period, considering it was a little bit of a struggle in the last 20 earlier in the season?
Yeah, it's huge. Like you said, it hasn't been a strong suit for us this year, but we were able to not let them back in the game and just kind of be relentless in that third period. So definitely a learning experience, and hopefully we can keep doing that.
Always a good bit of confidence for you guys to be able to see that many goals going back in the net heading into Ottawa?
Yeah, it's always nice when you're getting contribution throughout the lineup and everyone's feeling good about their game. So, we got Ottawa in a couple days, and hopefully we can take care of business there.
We need to take a very quick break. When we return, a look at what's coming your way in the second half hour of postgame coverage on Penguins postgame final. Anaheim Ducks will not have the services of Trevor Zegras for the next 6 weeks. Ouch, the veteran had surgery today to repair a torn meniscus. The veteran has scored just 10 points in 24 games this season. All right, coming your way next on Penguins postgame final, we'll have some very good extended highlights from tonight's game between the Penguins and Montreal. Post-game reaction from the Penguins. You'll also hear from head coach Mike Sullivan, and we will preview Saturday's stop in the capital of Canada. That and much more coming your way next on Penguins postgame final.
Sportsnet Pittsburgh is now streaming on Fubo. Watch the Penguins.
Well, the Penguins came into tonight's game looking to bounce back from Tuesday's difficult loss to Colorado, and they are sky high after a big third period in downtown Montreal tonight. Welcome to Penguins postgame final alongside Jake Caulfield and Mike Rupp. I'm Dan Potash. You'll hear from Tristan Jarry, Chris Letang, and Mike Sullivan about tonight's big win, but that's dessert. First, let's bring you dinner, and it's a good meal. The Penguins and Canadiens tonight in Montreal. First period, no score. Pass from Chris Letang gets chopped to center ice. The other way we go, Nick Suzuki in transition, score. 1-0 Canadiens.
Yeah, we're going to look at this. Okay, here we go. We're going to go D to D, and they're reading it right now. You can see it happening. Caulfield jumps. Now you've got a 2-on-1, and they attack Caulfield right here. I think maybe Chris Letang was looking for help to cross up and go the other way and pick him up, but right here, two good players, two really good forwards for Montreal to get them on the board right away. 1-0 again, first goal. First shot, Penguins are trailing, but we talked about the rebound.
A couple of minutes later, the Penguins on the man advantage. Letang sends a quick pass out front to Rickard Rakell with a quick tap in. His 12th goal of the season. Rupper, it's a 1-1 game.
Yeah, so you're down and you get this power play just minutes later, and you're thinking, all right, this is how we got to start transferring this momentum, and this is how you do it. Just nice puck movement, and Letang kind of getting down in that area of the ice. He's got some options. You got Bunting. You see him he's looking at Bunting for the one-timer, but he knows he has backdoor tap in for Rakell. It's great execution there by Tanger.
All right, midway through the second period, same score. Brian Rust just getting started. Picks the puck up. Look at the strong move from along the boards out in front. Scores his 10th of the season, giving the Penguins a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, this is great work. We sit in the defensive zone right there. Now there's a bad gap for Matheson, and Brian Rust just abuses this situation. A lefty on the right side, takes it to the inside. No help coming back either for him. Takes it to the far post with that move right there. It's a great move, great power move. And nobody gets a piece of him, and he buries it. And that really got the building going for the Penguins and any fans that were there. Great job.
After a face-off win by the Penguins, Rakell makes a nice no-look pass to Rust, and he will tap it home for his second of the game. The Penguins with a 3-1 lead.
I mean, this backhand pass from Sid, you're going to have him find it, and that's pretty normal for him to do, right? And Rakell makes this incredible feed. I even think it's more impressive that Brian Rust gets this cross-body one-timer, and he gets the good wood on it. Like, that's a great shot past Sam Montembeault there, and you could just kind of tell it was Brian Rust's night.
All right, the other way we go, just over a minute later, the Canadiens get an odd man rush, and Yoel Armia will bury the one-timer for his 4th goal of the season. All of a sudden, it's a 3-2 game. An unfortunate goal, as Tristan Jarry was simply solid, Jay, throughout the night.
Yeah, this is a great play. There's nothing, I mean, he was very, very good. We said after the first goal, then they were coming at him and sent some really good opportunities with their skill. There's Laine off the mask right there. But there was other looks, and again, we're looking at another one by Armia. I think that was right before he scored his goal, if I'm correct. Yeah, he had to be strong, and he was just that through 40 minutes.
Early third period, Penguins with some momentum, and this time it's Rust who finds Rakell, and he finds the net, his second of the night, and it's 4-2 Penguins, Rupper.
Yeah, you got Rickard Rakell just getting rewarded for going to the right areas of the ice. Sid's going to lug this puck in. Indirect pass to Rusty, and he's going to make a fantastic feed. So he's going to give it right back to Rakell, just like they connected on the Rust goal. And I mean, Rickard Rakell going to the right places of the ice and getting rewarded tonight.
1 minute later, the Penguins on another power play. Letang back in his hometown after his son Alex watched the morning skate. I think he's going to be watching the morning skate Saturday in Ottawa. It's a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, a little give and go between Michael Bunting. You see Rakell down low, and then you can see the movement. Then down comes Letang one more time. Grzelcyk up high, back and forth between Bunting and Letang, and you see right there Rakell in front, and he just surprised Montembeault right there for another one on the power play. That's when I think his night was over. It might have been there, maybe it was the next one. I don't know, but you thought it was done right there.
Later in the period, the Penguins now with a 6-2 lead. The loose puck gets batted out to Brian Rust, looking for the hat trick. Got it. His 3rd goal of the game, his 6th career hat trick. Wow, Rupper, wow.
I mean, it was one of those nights. You heard Rusty kind of mention that to Haley in postgame, that sometimes the puck just finds you, and it did on this one. As you see Montreal just trying to clear it, and they tried to clear it hard right on the tape, though, of Brian Rust. But this all starts by Sid getting this one off the post, and then Rust just doing his defensive responsibility, being that 3rd guy high, and the puck goes right to him, and the hats are flying.
The Penguins add a couple more and become the first team in the NHL to record 9 goals this season in a 9-2 victory, sweeping the season series. Again, they combined to score 9 goals in the first 2 games against the Canadiens. They get 9 here tonight. Let's go back in the room and hear from...
I was going to say, 6th time ever. I mean, that's the first time ever, too. 6 wins in a row.
There you go.
Didn't see that one either. Dan?
Yeah, no.
The next one. No, we didn't see it.
Got to get my glasses
news check.
Yeah. Let's go back in the room and hear from Chris Letang.
Well, it's nice to get one in Montreal with Alex here. So
yeah, no, it's always
special for you.
Yeah, it's always nice to get here and your family's in the crowd. Yeah, it's always a little bit special.
Earlier this season, Chris, obviously a little struggle in the third period. How nice is it to see this team come together and just totally take away the game the way they did in that last 20?
Yeah, no, I think we score at key moments. They came with some flurries here and there, some big push in the first and in the second, but we stayed calm, and I thought we scored big goals at key moment.
You have 8 points in your last 6 games now. What's working well for you, especially on that power play?
I don't know. I mean, I think we simplified things out there. We have more of an attacking mindset. So, it just happened that I'm playing with great players, and it's just going in the net right now.
Nice to see Rusty get his first hat trick in 2 years.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's a guy that brings it every single night that you can rely on, whether it's on the scoring sheet or defensively, PK, stuff like that. So to get him rewarded like this is fun to watch.
Chris, just how much fun was that third period for you guys tonight?
I mean, it's always fun to see some guys get on the scoring sheet that you usually don't see. A guy like Neitz, he's been through a long road and not playing for almost a year. So to see him on the scoreboard, Cookie also, that's fun to see those guys chip in.
Was Alex able to stay up the whole night this time?
I don't know. It's always mom's call.
You got to bring him to Ottawa now, huh?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a little bit of a drive, but we'll see. Maybe he's going to make it.
And what's it like just having him around with you at the rink on days like this?
Well, it's fun. I mean, I came back for pregame, and everybody's talking about he's like hanging out with everybody, and it's fun. It's fun to see him being in the environment that he likes to be in.
Gotta love the smile on the face of Chris Letang. Coming up on Penguins postgame final, how about the smile on the face of Tristan Jarry? You'll hear from him when we return to our studio on the North Shore.
Penguins postgame final is presented by Highmark, the official. Presented by Duquesne University. Achieve your bigger goals, Duquesne University.
Very, very cold here in Pittsburgh today. That's the best way to describe the weather. So how long will it last? Brr. Our friends at WPXI have the answer.
Hey, good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Stephen Cropper, and gear up for one more cold day before we finally get a chance to thaw out. Right now, we're shaping up to have a 50-50 weekend with milder temperatures, at least closer to normal, and a dry start. So if you need to do some things outside, do it on Saturday. Cold rain moves back in on Sunday with a high at 44. Catch my 11 o'clock update on 11 at 11. I'll show you the timing on the rain and when temperatures will actually warm back closer to the mid-50s.
All right, Stephen, thank you very much. Tristan Jarry, well, he's continuing to play some really good hockey. The Penguins goaltenders with 4 straight victories against the Canadiens. Marc-Andre Fleury with 5 back in his 5th one coming, that was December 10th of 2009. Tristan Jarry now with 4 straight against the Canadiens, sitting with some pretty good company there in Penguins history. Let's go back to Montreal and hear from number 35.
Tristan, what's the thought process after, first shot, first goal, you guys are down? What's the thought process in that moment?
Just to keep going. I don't think there's much more you can do. They got a lucky break just in transition. They were able to get behind our guys, and I think they just, it obviously happens. I think we were just on the wrong side of the puck there, but we just have to keep going, and I think when that first one goes in, you have to obviously bat a little harder, and the guys were, I thought, had a great response, and we were able to get one back pretty quick.
How fun was it for you to watch the end of that third period?
Yeah, I think that's just playing the right way. I think when guys are playing the right way, battling hard in the D zone, they get reward in the offensive zone. It's good to see all four lines contributing. It was awesome to stand back there tonight.
You had to make some pretty big saves. Did you feel locked in from the beginning as well?
Yeah, I thought they had a couple flurries early on and a couple flurries early in the second period, and I thought our PK did a great job. I think when our PK is going like that, it really helps the whole team. It really engages all of us, and I think there's just that extra little battle throughout the whole team when we're able to kill those off.
And then to see Cookie and Needs get goals on top of it, how much does that get the guys going in there?
Yeah, it's huge. Obviously, they play a big role for us. They're out there playing those hard minutes. They're blocking shots. They're taking the defensive zone draws. And it's nice to see them get rewarded with goals like that.
How did it feel for you, sort of bouncing back from Tuesday's game and just getting a third start in a row? Was that did you take that as a real vote of confidence?
Obviously, I just wanted to have a better game than last. I think last game they were able to get a lot of good opportunities, and they were able to score on their chances. And I think tonight was just another opportunity to get back in the net and do my thing and just be better. And I think that was a step in the right direction. And I thought the team played great tonight.
All right, still to come on Penguins postgame final, you'll hear from head coach Mike Sullivan, his thoughts about tonight's big victory, and we'll talk about the little things that the Penguins did as well. So stay with us on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
There's DNA.
tonight in Montreal. Season high, 9 goals scored by the Penguins tonight. The 6 goals scored in the final 20 minutes, the most by any team in the NHL this season. As for the Canadiens, the 9 goals allowed, yes, a season high, the most goals allowed at home since 1998. Let's take you back to Montreal and hear from the head coach, Mike Sullivan.
Coach, how proud are you the way that the guys were able to not only secure the win, but just totally run away with it in the third period?
Well, we're obviously proud of the group. I thought we competed hard. You know, I think it was a lot closer game than the score indicated. For a lot of the game, it was a close game. Montreal's a good team. They're a proud team, and you know, up until I think what broke it open, and I said this to the guys after the game, was that 5th goal we got on the power play. That in the third period for me was a really important goal for us. And we talk about power play statistics and things of that nature, but for me, one of the biggest attributes of a good power play is the timing of when they score goals, and that was an example of it. So that's what our groups are capable of, both power play groups, and for me, that was an important one for us.
What credit do you give to Jars for kind of keeping you guys in it through that, up until they were able to break the game open?
I thought he played extremely well. I thought he made, especially at the first half of the second period, I thought we got outplayed, and we took a bunch of penalties. You know, our line changes were sloppy, and we ended up chasing the game a bit, and we gave up a goal on one. We ended up with a penalty on another, and it gave them momentum. So I thought Jars was there to make some timely saves for us, especially in that first half of the second period, and it gave our guys an opportunity to you know, to grab a hold of it. And I thought we were better after that, but you know, it's an important aspect of winning. You know, you've got to get timely saves and at key times in the game, and I thought Jars did that for us tonight.
Nieto, that was his first goal in quite a while. Just how happy are you for him?
Oh, I'm pumped for him. You know, he's been through so much just to get back, you know, into playing condition. You know, you think about it, he goes through 2 surgeries, an extended return to play process just to get himself back into playing shape and in the lineup. So it's when a guy like him has an opportunity to score a goal, I think it gives the group a big boost, because they know how hard he works, and they know the type of person that he is, and what he brings to the team.
Montreal scored on the first shot of the game. I mean, I know that was a lot of goals ago, but just to stay mentally into the game, just on that early period in the first, how did you do that with your guys?
Well, it's, you know, there's so much of the game left, and that's the way we look at it. You know, I think we'd like to manage the puck better in the high ice, and so, you know, give Montreal credit. They picked off the D-to-D pass. They got a good opportunity, and they finished on it. But there's so much of the game left. We're not going to let that one goal get in the way of our ability to try to dictate the terms out there. We just go back to work, and you know, that's pretty much what we did.
Thank you. Head coach Mike Sullivan speaking with the media tonight in Montreal. Of course, the Penguins scoring 9 goals will get all the headlines tomorrow, if not already, on social media. But it's important to talk about some of the little things that the Penguins were able to do that may not get so much credit.
I mean, there was a boatload of them. I mean, there was the little things as far as on the PK and just taking care of things, being on the same page. I just thought that the way the puck management right there. You get the puck, just you don't have any other options. Let's put it forward and go to work, and that's what they did here. Sometimes you just got to live to fight another day or win some puck battles right there. I mean, what a play by Noel Acciari-Jay. I thought that they were just doing the little things. They were doing what was appropriate in the moment of the game. They weren't making the play to score 9 goals. Yep. They're doing the little plays just to survive that moment. Got the right saves at the right time. Next thing you know, they started leading them more offense and giving them the puck more often.
Yeah, and we were talking upstairs as the third period was going on. It was a big topic of yours and how we felt about this game, and the Penguins were doing that. And the one clip for me is the one we illustrated in the first and second was that work. And Mike just said, you get it deep, get on the forecheck, low to high, and you can control play, especially that fourth line, third and fourth lines. They did that. I thought the play by Noel Acciari just kind of typifies his game, the positioning that he gets, and get it clear when you need to. And as we've discussed as this game went on, you needed that to take place. You heard Mike Sullivan talk about it. A little closer to, you know, the score, you know, blew open at the end, but through the game, you needed a goaltender to make the saves, the timely saves, and then the plays that we're talking about. Integral to come away with a win, especially as you move forward. So
All right, we need to burn our last time out. When we return, we'll look into the future and Saturday's meeting with the Senators in Ottawa. So stay with us on SNP. In Ottawa via the Choo Choo on Saturday night. Then they return home to take on the Los Angeles Kings before going back out again on a brief two-game trip beginning in Nashville on the 19th. Before we get too far ahead, let's talk about Saturday's meeting in Ottawa, gentlemen.
Well, all those things are so much better when you win. So you leave Montreal and you're going to go to Ottawa and you want to hopefully you can keep it going. Ottawa's a team that plays a physical brand, and they try and bring in with Tkachuk, and Mike will get into the talent, if you will. But right now, they're kind of flatline. They're 13-13-2. Travis Green, the head coach. You look at your power play, 4th in the league on the power play, right? So, but 24th on the PK. Made the big deal getting Linus Ullmark, but he's just been kind of, 8-7-2, a 2.70 goals against, but a 903 save percentage. And we always talk about what it means to have great goaltending. They made a big deal, and I think they'd hope to be in a better position where they're at right now, Mike. But they battle when they come to play. I think this is going to be a different kind of contest, I think, than what we saw tonight.
Yeah, I mean, excuse me, they could put the puck in the net. I mean, Brady Tkachuk, we're looking at kind of joking about the shots. I mean, it's crazy the amount of shots. He's got 120 shots already this season, which is almost doubled up the next highest for the Ottawa Senators. But they've got 5 players in double digits of goal scoring. Yep. So they can put the puck in that. Their problem is consistency defensively. So those things we talked about, doing the right things at the right time of the game, eventually you're going to get some looks. You're going to get some great looks playing against the Ottawa Senators. So I think patience is going to be a key for the Pens.
Yep. Once again, our coverage begins at 6 p.m. on Saturday as we get ready for the Pens and Sens. The puck will drop at 7 o'clock. For Jay Caulfield, Mike Rupp, and our entire Sportsnet Pittsburgh crew, I'm Dan Potash. Thank you for watching the 9 goals scored by the Penguins in one game version of Penguins postgame final. We'll see you Saturday at 6 o'clock.
What's more important, reducing debt
at the other team players that we were going to, kick the you-know-what out of them.